But big, yeah.
And Rosenberg.
I didn't listen to anything you just said.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Don LaGreca, Alan Hahn, Peter Rosenberg. We call it Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Hopefully everybody's having a happy Friday on the last day of October. Halloween, all dressed up in costume. Going to miss the kids because I'm in L.A. at the ESPN affiliate out here in L.A. Tremendous studios, right, and Peter's been here many times, right in the heart of L.A. Live. Alan's at the Garden. Peter is whereabouts unknown somewhere in New York.
Or my apartment.
Well, I don't think we have to disclose the actual location.
Sorry, sure. Yeah.
Right?
The Upper West Side.
All right, look at that. We've got it all covered right across the country. How everybody's doing? All right.
I'm great. You know what I'm saying? And if you're watching on video, Don, you know what it's called? It's called buying in. It's called not half-assing it. It's called bringing it today, and that's what I've done because I care, and this is who I am. And for everyone who's there on YouTube, I'm there for you on this Halloween. So we went with the Dalmatian theme in the family, as I told you. My outfit's a little repug. I'm not going to lie. This isn't the most expensive Dalmatian costume that exists. But guess what? I'm merely an accessory, with Natalie being Cruella DeVille and Maya and Bear both dressed up as Dalmatians. I'm really just sort of a nothing here. But happy Halloween. Stoked to be here. And I mean, even though we're hanging on by a thread, it is still technically, Don, a football Friday. So we've got that going for us.
It's just a sad football Friday for me because pretty much, I wouldn't say all my childhood, but certainly my teenage years, really just falling in love with football. Giants 49ers, man, that was all you thought about that week. It was Niners week. Still, to me, one of the greatest non-division rivals the Giants have, and maybe one of the best rivals in the NFL, not within the same division. Giants-Niners certainly is up there, too. But, Cowboys-Niners are certainly up there. But, like, Giants-Niners, 8 times they met in the postseason, Peter, with 6 of those times the winner going on to the Super Bowl. And now it's a nothing burger, an absolute nothing burger. Flott's out now. I mean, injuries galore. All you're doing is kind of analyzing your quarterback, even though there's not a ton of talent around him to analyze. Niners are all banged up. They're not a great team. They're supposed to be, but they're not. So there was a period of time when this is all we'd be talking about. Giants, Niners, second half of the season getting underway. Possible preview of a postseason matchup. Wah, wah. Nothing.
Eggs. Listen, I feel you, Don. I've been there many years. I have had, many a season that is over by Halloween, and you're just thinking about, let's see what this player can do. Let's see what the quarterback has, and again, at least in the case of the Giants, you do have something built in this season, and that is getting to watch your quarterback develop week by week. No matter who you play, no matter what's at stake, and with the last loss, I really think not as much at stake as you would have hoped. And really the last 2, with the heartbreak in Denver, followed by the loss to Philadelphia. This is, you're not going to be rooting in the same way where you go, maybe we sneak into the playoffs. But really, what would that have ultimately done for you long term? I think it's really, we said it a while ago, it is all about what you can learn about Jackson Dart. And there is still plenty to learn about seeing him go up against a team that is always as well coached as the Robert Saleh 49er defense. So there is something to watch there, and at least there's some sort of entertainment. You could be the Jets, who fortunately give their fans a break this week, but where you're not watching a quarterback who's going to be there, and we'll talk about the trade deadline as the show goes on. There's probably a lot of, hopefully if you're a Jets fan, the pieces you'd normally be watching, Don, you almost hope are gone, because that would mean they're at least in earnest trying to do something.
Well, that's where we're going to have the jumping off point. We want to hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. And Jets have the bye, so there's really nothing to get into as far as the game is concerned. But with the deadline coming up on Tuesday, there's so much conversation about what you do with Breece Hall. What do you do with some of the movable pieces that they have there? And I think the question before you start to ask yourself, Peter, who do we trade? Do we trade these players that they have. They got good young players you can get something for. How long is this going to take? What year will the Jets be competitive for a postseason spot? Is it next year? Is it 27? Is it 28? That's what you have to ask yourself. Because right now, they don't have a quarterback. They will be in position, you would think, to select in the top 3 of a year where it doesn't look like it's a great quarterback crop. That doesn't mean a great quarterback can't come out, but right now we don't have a Trevor Lawrence. We don't seem to have the Eli Manning, the guy that is the quintessential number 1 pick. Mendoza looks like he'll go number 1, but he doesn't look like he's one of those generational talents you have to tank for. So you might get the quarterback, but you might not. But let's just say, for sake of argument, you get the quarterback and you draft him. Well, unless you completely catch lightning in a bottle, which the Jets never do, it's still going to take at least a couple of years for that quarterback to turn the corner. So if I'm Breece Hall, I'm thinking, like, trade me. Do I want to be here for the next 2-3 years, not having a quarterback, and then developing a quarterback, and then just as I'm hitting my prime, we're not ready yet, and now when we finally are ready, I'm going to be 27 years old, 28 years old, and I'm going to be at the tail end. So it's almost a Saquon Barkley situation. Do you want to keep Breece Hall to just keep things cosmetically competitive, or do you kick all your talent down the road and say, let's get rid of these guys, let's bring in picks, and then redraft talent that can really pop once we have our quarterback, once we're ready to be competitive? So the question is, Peter, how long before this team is going to be competitive?
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. And you're at a situation right now where here's the hardest part. Here's why you are in hell as a fan. Don, you can't even answer it. You can't actually answer. When you don't know who the quarterback is, when you don't know who the head coach is, your weapons that you have here may not be here. Maybe you'll keep one of them. How can you reason? So I guess what I'd answer. So if you were telling me I had to answer that question, like you're not just asking it to ask it. We want an answer. When will the Jets compete? I would say the answer is like 4 years from now. So how could it be sooner than that? When you don't, I suppose they end up stumbling somehow into a quarterback that people don't really know about that turns out to be one of these immediately impactful. Well, then we're having a conversation in 2 years, Don. But what's the likelihood of that?
Not very likely. It could happen. I mean, it kind of happened in Houston. They found somebody right away and were competitive immediately. But when does it ever break for the Jets?
Right.
The other thing is, you brought it up. All right, is there a veteran out there that can take advantage of the talent that they have now? Kind of what the Jets did in 2015 with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Is there somebody that can be that bridge quarterback to either groom the kid we draft so we can be competitive while he's doing that, or just be our quarterback until we can figure out our plan B, until we can draft or find that young quarterback? Who is it? Is it Tua? They're blowing it up in Miami, it appears. The pieces are starting to fall. GM gone. Eventually coach is going to be gone. Their season is over. I mean, is Tua that guy? Do you take a chance on Tua? A, can he win? B, can he stay healthy?
Don.
Who else? Am I missing anybody else?
Don, they're the 4 scariest words in professional sports. Tua in New York. I mean, I'm sorry. Of all the teams that you would wish for Tua to get a chance to go to, how dare you even wish that on that man? He's already gone through enough in his life. This is a franchise where quarterbacks go to die, he cannot do it. Tua has been through so much physically already. I pray that seems like that seems like an impossible combination we don't want to see. So, can't picture that. What else is there, Don? Give me something else. Who else could you stumble into? I mean, Allen said it the other day. Would you be better off if you don't know what you're going to have? Let's say the quarterback's not there this year. Are you better off just trying to start building the other pieces, and you go get a Marcus Mariota, some other backup who shows they're decent, and just say, hey, be our guy? I don't know. I don't know. This is what makes this hell, is that you have no idea. And maybe, though, the only thing you could hope for, Don, is that they finish dead last in the league, and that miracle win last week doesn't hurt them, which, Don, let's be honest, it probably will. and that the first number 1 overall pick in this draft will be worth something. How often is it that there's not one, at least one solid guy at the top, and they get that guy, whoever that is?
And then if that were to happen, now again, it's a big if, because it doesn't sound like you're guaranteed to get the first overall pick, because I don't know if New Orleans is going to win another game. And they're going to need a quarterback. So if Mendoza's the guy, it might go to New Orleans. And everybody else, Mel Kiper said it, likely is going to stay in school. And if you got a choice between going to the Jets or staying in school, if you're on the fence, you're probably going to lean towards staying in school. So Peyton Manning did, to avoid having to deal with the whole, I'm going to be the dragon slayer in New York when nobody else was able to do it. Favre couldn't do it. Rodgers couldn't do it. Nobody else has been able to do it. I don't want to have to be that guy. Another failed draft pick with the Jets. Veterans couldn't do it. Picks couldn't do it. So if they do catch the miracle and catch the quarterback and he ends up being good right away, well, then you're going to want to keep the talent you have, because then you maybe can be competitive in 26 and 27. But if I'm a general manager, if I'm Muji and I'm sitting there and I look at the history of the Jets and I look at how things break, if I'm playing in an analytical world, what are the percentages that I'm going to hit with a quarterback, hit quickly, that I'm going to be able to win now with the talent that I have? What's the number? 10%? 5%? 15%? Give me a world where it's worth banking on that happening.
I can't. I know. It's very low. Listen, I'm sure we have cuts in there from the last few days, which now we're going to have to start paying more attention to, from Mel Kiper Jr. and whoever else knows this stuff about, which guy is out there that could actually be the dude. Is the kid from Indiana? Where is the guy that could? There has to be one who could be legitimately a dude. And then, Don, are you going to beat New Orleans out and get it? Or is the best thing that happened, and we know how you feel, Don, about getting wins where you can get them, but is the best thing that's happened all year, which you could tell meant a lot for this team, a 39-38 miracle win that you had a statistically no chance of winning in the fourth quarter? Is that going to be what ends up keeping you from maybe the only guy who's desirable in this draft?
Maybe.
Don't put me up yet.
And imagine, with the Mangold thing, I still think there was value to that. But who the heck knows if Mendoza's even the guy anyway? But as far as veterans are concerned, Stephen Bouton's got a very interesting idea. Steve, you get us started off here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hey, thanks for taking the calls, guys. I think Kyler Murray, I know he's a little scary with the injuries, but Kyler Murray's contract isn't that bad. He's still relatively young. And if Glenn's one and done, go get Kingsbury from Washington. And there you have the veteran-ish quarterback. Then you have a 28-year-old quarterback who can run things for a little while, because Mendoza's not it. He's not it from Indiana. And those other guys are probably going to stay in college.
Well, let me say two things. One, I do like the Kyler Murray. That is an interesting one.
That is interesting.
Should they be ready to move on? I still think there is a ceiling for Kyler Murray. Like, there's no world. We know Kyler Murray, Don. He may not be Aaron Rodgers, but we also know he's not Justin Fields, right? Like, Kyler Murray is a guy. I don't know if you can get Kingsbury, and if that's what you're going to do is put those guys back together. But that's actually a compelling thought. Now, Don,
even leave Glenn there for a
package is ready when you are. All right, life never slows down. So instead of worrying about the timing or schedules, the package waits for you. Now, for me, with 9 jobs, a little baby at home, I'm always on the move, and Amazon Pickup gives me the flexibility to grab what I need between shows. So it's that easy, all right? You order online, and at checkout, just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. It's quick, it's secure, and it's always at no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupmvp. Mm-hmm. Guys, I didn't hate that idea, though. Not a terrible.
I like the first part. I don't like the second part, because I don't think they're cleaning house with the coach. All right, so I don't think he's going anywhere, so I don't think they're going to bring in a coach for Kyler Murray. So, but hey, listen, Murray's got a contract through 28, very lucrative. He signed a 5-year, $230.5 million contract, $160 million of a guarantee. Now, I don't know how it'll all work itself out if ever a trade were to happen. But remember, he also has that, 4 hours of independent study per week in the contract. There's a lot. You're bringing a lot of baggage here, okay? A lot of things going on with him. It's interesting because there's talent there, but it's a big if around bringing somebody like that in. But the idea that they're going to give up on Glenn right away and make a coaching change for the new quarterback they bring in, and that new quarterback is Kyler Murray, I don't like the second half of that. I don't know all the strings attached to that contract, but there's a lot of baggage that would come over. But there'd be a lot of baggage with any veteran you bring in. Because if they're available, Peter, that means that there's issues. You're not going to be able to find the perfect quarterback available because otherwise they wouldn't be available in the first place. Mm-hmm. But I do think there's talent there. And it's very similar to Ryan Fitzpatrick in the sense, remember, Ryan Fitzpatrick got a big contract before he came to the Jets, never lived up to it, and then for 1 year it all came together. But then it came crashing down. Remember, if I'm going out and getting a quarterback that young, I'm hoping I'm going to have him more than just a blast year. I'm going to want to find my future quarterback.
Alan, you're a Jets fan. How's it going over there, buddy?
I told you where I am at. First of all, thanks for the patience, guys. I apologize for being late here, but we had some technical issues where I'm at. But I look at it as when it comes to future of, like, if you're looking at it from the Jet perspective, you still have to build with talent. That's what you have to have. And if you have a player that you feel like is part of your plan going forward, this is like Captain Obvious stuff, right? If you identify a player as somebody that we want to build with, then I think you have to, before you make any trade decisions, if somebody's contract is up, like a guy like Breece Hall, you got to talk to him. You got to talk to his agent. What's it going to cost? What are you looking for? What do you think you can get? And see if it's palpable, you do it. And you go forward. All right, well, at least we know we have established our running back situation. Does he want to be here or does he want to escape? And I wouldn't blame him if he's like, you know what, get me the hell out of here. I wouldn't blame him. But at least I need to find out. I don't think you just, in a vacuum, just make decisions. Well, we're not ready. The timeline for us isn't equal to him, because if you have a rookie quarterback next year, then you're going to save money on a quarterback and you're going to use that money elsewhere, because what you don't want to do is what you did this year, which is have Justin Fields walk into a locker room that didn't have nearly enough skill around him.
Right.
Not nearly enough. So with a rookie quarterback, you want to make sure you have as much as you can establish skill. They got to find a second wide receiver. They have Garrett Wilson, and Breece Hall should be also a high-end talent running back piece. Tight end is an area that I think they like, Mason Taylor. But you've got to make sure you have talent. You can't just let him walk out the door because, well, our timeline isn't up with his. Well, I think you have a discussion with him.
I get it when you're talking about other positions, but this becomes similar to the Saquon Barkley with the Giants, is that you're talking about a player that beginning of next year, Hall's going to be 25 years old, right in the prime of his career. Mm-hmm. And you're going to want him to help whoever the quarterback is going to be, whether it's a draft pick, whether it's a veteran, or wait. But I'm going to be paying a lot of money for a running back in his prime, and we're not going to be winning. Does that make sense? And then by the time we're going to get set to win, he's going to be 27, 28 years old, and now he's not going to be in his prime anymore, and then we're going to have to revisit his contract, and now you're chasing your tail. Like other positions, say, listen, Wilson could be here for the next decade and a half, right? I mean, it's not crazy to think that a wide receiver can still excel deep in his 20s, early in his 30s. Same thing with an edge pass rusher. Same thing with a great defender. But when you're talking about a running back, does it make sense for the Jets to be paying him in his prime when you're not ready to win? And does it make sense for Hall to stay here? If I'm Hall, I'd be like, I don't want to babysit a young quarterback in the prime of my career. Right. Send me someplace where I got a chance to win. Not I'm getting the tail end of my contract, getting the tail end of my career, and then we're all of a sudden going to be good enough to win? Hey, and now there's going to be something nipping at my heels trying to take my job away?
Donnie, you got to have the discussion. That's why I said you got to have the discussion. You have to talk about it. That's the point I'm making. If he says to you what you just said, then you move on. Very simple. Then he wants out of here. He wants a chance to win. He thinks in the open market he can get a big number. The only thing you can do is really franchise him, and that's going to be a big number anyway. So do you either hold them hostage and franchise them? Because I'm telling you, man, when you're trying to build a team, you're trying to build it with young talent. He is young talent. Like this idea that, he's not on our timeline is ridiculous. You need talent. Well, I don't understand why you let talent walk out the door. It's why it didn't make sense what the Giants did with Saquon Barkley. It didn't make sense.
Well, it didn't. But you look at when they had Saquon in his prime, it didn't necessarily matter. In 22, it did. But you look at 20. You look at after that. He got hurt. And they did it with
franchised him, though.
You franchised him, but the fact is, remember, you had him for 6 years. Yes, he was hurt, but even when he excelled, you got one playoff win out of him because you weren't good enough. You didn't necessarily have the quarterback or the coaching or whatever to make it work. Mm-hmm. So that could be a cautionary tale for Hall to say, all right, do I want to be here, busting my ass, getting 1,300, 1,400 yards and scoring 10 touchdowns for a team that's going to win 6 games because we don't have a quarterback. We don't have other weapons. Then I'm going to get myself hurt because I'm maybe the only weapon because they're double teaming Garrett, and we're going to run the football. So I want to go I want to go like with Saquon. I want to go to a team that's ready to win now. Take advantage of me in my prime.
I get it, and if he says that, look, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm giving.
Remember, he was one of the guys they didn't lock up, right? They could have locked him up in the offseason the way they did with Sauce and Garrett. They didn't,
especially because he was a second-round pick. They had to do it sooner.
Right.
Totally understand. They chose Sauce. They chose Garrett. You're right.
Because
you're
those positions to them were more important, and this unfortunately falls in the same category of running back.
Look, did they see Braylon Allen as the replacement? Now, he got hurt this year, unfortunately, so you're not seeing them share time. So would he have emerged in his second year and really started to take a leap? And they we don't have to pay him. We got him. We got Isaiah Davis. We got guys that we feel pretty good about in that running back room, so we can afford to lose Breece Hall. That's, I think, what you need to know. If they firmly believe that, I don't know enough about that. I'm just telling you. You asked me, how do I feel from a Jet perspective? I'm looking at it if I was in the front office. If I'm in the front office, I want him to tell me, I think I need a change of scenery. I think on the open market I can get a pretty good deal. I want a chance to win somewhere else. Okay, then we're going to move you. Fine. But if he's like, I really want to stay here. I believe in it here. I want to be part of this thing when it turns around. Then okay, let's get to a number. But if the number doesn't fit, all right, we're either going to franchise you or we'll just move you. But these are the things you have to do. Right now, the emotions got to come out of this. All of it. Every fan out there right now that's mad about the Jets being bad, it's time to move on. Now it's about business decisions going forward. Because what you don't want to do is be bad for a long time. You don't want to keep being bad. It's a new regime. They now have to put their fingerprints on the roster and on this team. I know we're tired of it because it just happens over and over again.
It's every year.
It's a perpetual thing with the Jets. I agree. But that's where I am right now. I have to be in that place.
Well, Steve Novak's going to be coming up because he's going to be a part of your broadcast crew, Alan.
That's right.
And then fans love him,
baby.
Novocaine.
Oh yeah. Well, how could you not? First of all, he's a class guy. Very, very. He was a great shooter. He was on one of the fun teams this team has had in the last 25 years, that 2012-13 team, even the 2011-12 team. Those were fun teams that played a fun style, got up and down. He put up threes. He did the belt, the discount double check.
Right.
There was just a lot of fun stuff that was going on back then. Him and J.R. Smith, you talk about an odd couple. But yet the two of them off the bench together were fun to watch. And he's really good. He does games for the Bucks. He's obviously a Milwaukee guy. And he does a lot of Bucks games, and it's great that he's going to come here, do some Knick games as well. Be a lot of fun.
All right, so we got him coming up. We've got Fraud Alert Friday. We've got our picks, and we got a full vehicle. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock right here on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Happy Friday and happy Halloween. Definitely want to take it easy out there on the roads, especially the local streets. Trick-or-treaters will be out and about. Rough ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. A crash being picked up by Richmond Avenue. Damage is done. Delays go back across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. Southern State westbound at a standstill in Nassau County. Looks like an accident by Peninsula Boulevard. Not moving much there from the Meadowbrook. Inbound George. Still have some road work on the upper deck. Going to run you about 20 to 30 minutes. Best of it's the outbound side, West Side Highway and Henry Hudson, and those are a bit slow. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Holland already 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
They say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education, with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Am I bringing us in?
Irish whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas.
It's Tolly time.
The Knicks visit the Bulls in their first game of the NBA Cup with coverage immediately following Dan Grosser right here on 880 at 7:30. And the Islanders visit the Capitals at 7. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
What do you think of this setup now, Pete? Hey, can you see me? Don, I don't know if you could see me, but Peter, what do you think of this? Like, is this?
I like it.
Scream Holiday?
I love it.
Like, I feel like I'm about to sing "We Are the World."
Yeah.
Like you see the microphone.
Yeah.
We are the world.
Yeah, you sound like Huey Lewis. You sound like Huey.
I don't know what I was doing. I was trying something.
That sounded like Huey in the famous clip when he starts singing and Michael Jackson looks at him disgusted.
Like, what are you doing? You trying to steal the scene?
Why are you? No, because he's like, Huey doesn't have what you'd call the traditional classic pipes.
No,
and so when he hits the "We are the world."
Yeah. That was Bruce.
And that's really Bruce. No, that impression sounded Bruce.
Now, I don't know if this guy's got pipes to sing "We Are the World," but I know he's got a shot from downtown that the Knicks could certainly use right now. But instead, we're going to use his voice on MSG Networks, the newest addition to MSG Networks' Knicks broadcast team. Three-point marksman. He had an 11-year NBA career, including the 2011-12 and 2012-13 seasons with the Knicks. Those were two of the most fun teams that the Knicks have had in the last 25 years. He led the NBA in three-point shooting percentage at 47.2% in that 2011-12 season. And he'll be on the call for MSG Networks tonight at 8 p.m. when the Knicks battle the Bulls in Chicago. Welcome back to New York, and welcome to Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, Steve Novak, Novocaine. How's that for an intro?
You read it just like I sent it over to you. I appreciate that, and I will send that check over that I promised. That was well done, and happy to be back. I really am. This is great.
We always follow the scripts here. That's what we do. First and foremost, though, for you, the years you had here with the Knicks and the fact that you come back and every time you come in the building, the reception you get, how does that make you feel for a guy that you were part of a fun bench, a fun team, but it wasn't like you were here for 10 years, yet the response you get is always it's a loud ovation.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm always humbled by it because I think back to when I first signed with the Knicks, and look, I was 4 or 5 years into my career. I hadn't really proven myself yet. It was like you're looking for a place to make your home, and that was what it felt like happened to me here. Was I was like able to prove, I think, to myself, to the basketball world, what I was capable of, what I was training every day to do. So that to me is when I think about my time in New York is what happened. And we all remember it was Mike D'Antoni, where it's like a guy like me comes in and I'm not getting a stop on every possession, but he's looking over going, hey, as long as you score more than the guy you're guarding, he's like, I really don't care. And I was like, you are my long lost brother. And I was so happy to, get paired up in New York at that time with him. And like you said, those were special teams. I mean, it overlapped at a time with Linsanity and with Melo and Amari and Tyson and Jared Jeffrey, J.R. Smith. I mean, those teams, like you said, I think it was as fun to play, with that style and with that group, I think, as it was to watch. And I think that, to me, it seems like just something that connected with, especially New York, but basketball fans, it was a fun style. And we had fun, and the city was buzzing, so I'm grateful for what that was and pumped to be back,
right,
with the Knicks and MSG. So excited to get started tonight.
And Steve, it's so interesting as an athlete. You're only 42 years old. I mean, you're still really young, but now you're moving on to the second half of your career in basketball. So how has the transition been? How do you think it's going to be now transitioning into being in the booth for the Knicks as opposed to being on the floor in the NBA?
Well, I'm not sure, but if you saw, I played in the alumni game, and so you're going to stop throwing that 42 around like that. I got buckets on the Rizzler. I was scoring on a bunch of actors and kids, so I do still have it. I just maybe no. But to your point, I mean, you really do. You realize very quickly that you age out, and there's not a lot of sympathy for it. You got to go find something else to do, and basketball is how I grew up and what I do. I grew up in a basketball family. My dad was a high school coach. I, just have had such a passion to play. And to be honest, to your point, I still do, but I can't do it. So, being around the game and honestly around a team like this that I love, where it is my NBA home and where I had my most success, I think I'm really grateful to be a part of this group and, to get to, I think, build up what they're doing and talk about it and be a part of it is definitely the next best thing. So it's pretty cool to be doing this side of it.
What have you thought about the team, both last year? What did you make of the Tibbs decision, and what do you think of this group and where they are right now?
Yeah, I obviously think with Coach Tibbs, leaving, I think with the year that it was, some of it doesn't always make sense all the way. I wasn't on the inside at the time, but obviously kind of just understanding that, look, there's this expectation that, maybe there needed to be another voice to make this team go even further. And I think, what we're seeing so far is, 2-2 and guys doing some awesome things. And at other times there seems to be, lapses, which I think you just would expect, with the transition from a different style, which it did sound like. That's what a lot of the guys wanted and the front office wanted. And so I think we're seeing that. And I've played on teams where, there were changes. I played for Jeff Van Gundy my first year with the Houston Rockets, and then Rick Adelman comes in, and all of a sudden we go from a defensive team to a free-flowing, making reads offensive team. And, it takes time, but, I think about that team in 2007-8 with Rick Adelman. It was Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming, Shane Battier, and we railed off 22 straight wins that year after kind of taking on a new system. And so I don't think it's all smooth in the beginning all the time, but I think we all know from watching this team last year what it can do, and I think with this group what they're about. And I think when it matters so much to win and to win for this city, I think when you start from that point, you just know guys like Cat, they're going to, figure out their rhythm, their place, and it's going to get there. But the expectation's high. So, being 2-2 isn't where anybody wants to be, but we are still only 4 games in. So I think a lot of basketball to play.
Steve Novak joining us here on the show, making his debut on MSG Networks tonight on The Call, the Knicks and the Bulls in Chicago. You told me you were at the game in Milwaukee, so you saw the Knicks and Bucks game, and you mentioned Cat, but what I wanted to ask you about was what you saw in the second quarter, because as Mike Brown talks about this system, he said it's going to be a process. It's going to look really good at times. It's going to look really bad at times. Now, the bad was in that third quarter, the second half, but a lot of that had to do with Cat, I think, forcing shots, trying to get his FGAs up. He only had one shot in the first half. But that second quarter, Steve, that might have been the most perfect basketball we've seen the Knicks play in a long time. 45 points. They made 8 of 10 from 3 in that quarter. The ball was moving around. When you were watching that second quarter, what were you thinking?
Yeah, to be honest, I was looking over at my wife. I was sitting next to her watching the game, and I was just kind of looking at her when Jalen was kind of getting in his bag, and he was hitting and ones, and he was using the glass, and then he was, the ball was moving, and then it was coming back to him, and he was just knocking down shots. And, to your point, I think even in the losses we've seen so far this year, New York has been up, I think by double digits in both of those games. And then, like you said, then there's lapses, and then it goes kind of quiet, and then it's maybe a little bit of, I don't know if you get complacent or uncertainty because it's a newer system. But to your point, I do think that's the emphasis is seeing kind of some of those highs. It's like when you see a guy in college lead the country in rebounding, it's like you just know that guy is going to probably be able to do it at the next level, even though he doesn't do it every single night. And that is what it feels like with this New York team right now, is you're seeing, like you said, those second quarters. And even Jalen, I thought, in the fourth quarter of that Miami game, all of a sudden it's a 5-point game with a minute left. And if it wasn't for Wiggins, coming back down the court, knocking on a 3, making it an 8-point game, you're like, it feels like even though they could have overcome that lapse. But to your point, I think that you clearly are, you're seeing what the upside of a Mike Brown offense and, with this group can be. So, didn't end up with a win yet, but 4 games in, I think they like to say that the bad teams don't know they're bad yet, and so we'll see. I don't think the Knicks are one of those teams.
No. Now, Steve, you brought up Cat, and it's been a struggle for him over the last 4 games, especially the game in Milwaukee. And I was just wondering, conspiracy theory-wise, and you're a former player, you can answer this, how much it must weigh on Cat. I'm trying to make an adjustment to a new coach, but here we are in Milwaukee. Everybody's talking about the Knicks and Giannis. Cat might be one of the guys that goes in that deal if it happens. Does that creep into a player's mind as he's getting ready, just wondering what his future might be in New York?
I wouldn't even come close to speculating on something like that. I mean, I do. I think, look, scoring, 8 points for Cat last game, fewest points he scored since 2023 in Minnesota. I really do. I think back to the start of seasons, myself. And look, I'm not Cat, I'm not Brunson, I'm not those guys, but I think back to what those games felt like. And sometimes, especially when it was a new coach and a new system and just a fresh season, one, you're getting your legs under, you're trying to figure it out. This year, I mean, there's Abu Dhabi, so who knows with time changes and all that adjustment and earlier start and a different training camp. I think you just throw all that in, and these kinds of things are possible. Just like I think Philly being undefeated and San Antonio being undefeated and Chicago being undefeated, it's like that's the other side of the rock to me, where you're like, you can't really explain that necessarily. And in this case, I do. I think, Cat, he is the greatest, 5-man shooter of all time. He's that cog that you need for a good team to be great. He stretches the court. He can shoot it. If he can defend the rim a little bit better, I think you've got what you need. And so, I would tend to think that kind of what you were mentioning probably has much to do with it. Giannis is a damn good player, and Milwaukee's got some guys stepping up with, Rollins having huge games all of a sudden. And so I think teams are feeling each other out. And just like Cat is feeling out this system and finding his way, I just, I do think game to game it is fun to hash through it, but I don't think there's as much to make of this. Haven't seen as much Cat hoops as we have.
Now, you played on your share of teams in this league that we call the National Basketball Association, Steve. You know what it's like to play for different head coaches. What is it like just on a personal level when you are someplace and you're comfortable and you really do have a relationship with the head coach, and then someone shows up who's a complete stranger? What is the adjustment like that personally for those of us who have never had sort of the coach-player relationship?
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, you hear so many times about guys finding their place, finding their home and where they belong. And, sometimes if you even let guys pick, they pick wrong. It doesn't even work that way, or it's like, I'm going to go here and these 3 guys are going to be a super team and the coach is going to be great, and then you see it not work. And so, like you're describing, I think it's like when there's this common desperation and expectation, and sometimes it includes the front office and the fans of a team, some special things, can happen. And other times I think, guys just, their skill sets don't always work. And I think about, like you're describing, some of the teams I've been on where there are multiple guys kind of, I'd call it in the same lanes. When I was in Oklahoma City and it was Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and you're like, wow, we're going to be the best. We're going to win every game. And you realize you got multiple guys in the same lane, sometimes wanting the same things. And, there was even some of that in New York at times, with the teams I was on. And then, to be honest, there's other times where I think you're looking at the team we're playing tonight, Chicago, where everybody's willing to be in whatever lane they got to be in, it seems like, because it's just working right now. And I don't think that necessarily means that they're going to be that team at the end of the year winning the championship. I think you look at a team like New York and you realize if by the end of this season Mike Brown can work his magic and get all those guys in their individual lanes, and I think last year they showed that, that is the case as far as this group is made up, but just trying to tweak things and get it perfected. But it does matter, that chemistry, those relationships, and just the time on the court when it flows easy because a guy is cutting instead of standing there, and so many other examples. I think it's a big deal. And so I think that is part of the magic for this year. If the Knicks can get that going, that'll be the difference.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are now joining a team of shooters. All right, you got Wally Zerbiak. Monica McNutt, like she put up buckets. She was a 3-point shooter at Georgetown. I can rebound. Like don't even look at me. Like I can't shoot. Pito can't even reach the rim. But with all of us together, and Mike Breen actually, he does
with a
fancy
basketball.
himself as a good shooter.
Can't reach the rim
well.
with a basketball.
Well, we'd have to pick him up.
Okay,
but
that's tough.
But so I don't know, Steve. Like there might be a day where we all got to get to the park, have a little contest. That might be coming.
I
think,
like it.
Do you like your chances? Because Wally will tell you, like, nobody can outshoot him. And McNutt tells everybody that it's Ewing, it's Iverson, then McNutt when it comes to Georgetown basketball. I mean, that's the triumvirate there. So what do you got?
I'm telling you, I think this to me sounds like, when there's a game that's just not that much to talk about before it, I feel like that sounds like a hell of a pregame show. I think we get out to a park where it's not too windy. We, put a few dollars at half court and we see how it ends up. But I don't know. I feel like Wally has more money than the rest of us, so we probably got to be careful.
Yeah, that's confirmed. But like I said, I'll rebound. There's nothing else I can do. Nothing.
Well, good luck tonight. It should be a lot of fun, man. It's a good basketball team. You're joining at the perfect time. Best of luck, man.
I appreciate it. It's an honor to be back, and this is obviously a special time to be with the Knicks, and this is definitely my basketball home, and excited to get started. So appreciate you guys having me on.
Thanks, man.
Good stuff.
And obviously we'll talk to Steve more as the season goes on because there's going to be a lot happening at MSG throughout the year. And speaking of which, ESPN New York is giving you a chance to experience MSG because UFC 322 at Madison Square Gardens November 15th. One grand prize winner and a guest will score tickets to the ESPN New York suite hosted by me. You can get the energy of the Garden, the comfort of the suite, and the world-class UFC action alongside yours truly. I will not be wearing this Dalmatian outfit unless you request it. To enter, find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry. It's all brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of UFC.
Right. So apparently furry's welcome is what you're saying.
Well,
I didn't know you were a furry.
Today,
Interesting.
Today it's giving furry. That's who I am.
Well, we've got lots going on here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. We've got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30, our picks at 5:45. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 7. Then it's Dan Grassa here on ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM841631, MSRP $26,980, 0 security deposit, and 1031.25.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and 0 for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
This one's for the flavor fanatics. Sour apple 5-hour energy shots don't mess around. They bring the bite. Tart, tangy, and packed with tasty caffeine, this little 2-ounce bottle punches above its weight. With 0 sugar and as much caffeine as your favorite 12-ounce coffee, it's the kind of pick-me-up that keep your taste buds happy without the crash. And it doesn't stop at sour apple. There are 17 bold flavors waiting for you to discover. Pick one up in store or stock up online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon today.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Now, YouTube TV customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you on Halloween. Take up until 7 o'clock. Got a really, really big show for you. We've got Fraud Alert Friday, always a gem at 4:30. Hits different, though, on Halloween. 5:45 our picks. I'm so mad about last night because
oh my God,
you brought it up, Peter, about Thursday, and you hinted about liking the Dolphins. 7.5, big number. And I was ready to pounce, thinking you were going to pick the Dolphins. It was going to be my 3-point play. I loved the Ravens, and then I just completely blanked. Didn't think about it. And then I'm watching the game before the Devils and the Sharks. I'm seeing 28-6. I'm like, that could have been my 3-point play.
By the way, it's the worst at that point. Then you're just rooting against them. You please don't have me miss it, and then you just missed out on it.
Biggest Dolphin fan on earth last night at 28-6 because it's still like early in the fourth quarter. Get a couple of bogus touchdowns, get a backdoor cover, make me feel better because I've actually been hot, but I just can't get my 3-point play. I went 12-1 last week, and my one loss was my 3-point play on the show. Oh, it would have been so nice to just sit back and luxuriate, bathe in a 3-point play.
Don, it happened to me last week. I went through it last week. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I blame Anthony. He should have reminded me. Should have brought it back.
Listen, that loss for the Dolphins.
There you go. Thank you.
I knew that was coming.
There you go.
I was waiting for that. But you see already the GM's out. And
yeah, Greer out 10 years.
Yeah, and he the coach is going to be something. He's going to be next.
Well, not yet, though.
But not yet. But it just it's coming. They're going to do a clean sweep there. Which again, you go back to when you fire coaches, you better have a plan.
Yeah,
you got to have a plan. And so now that's one. We know. I think the average Shefty had this a couple of years ago, and it's really amazing. I believe year to year, in this century, so the last 25 years. I think the average coaching vacancies in the NFL annually is 6 to 7. Nothing. Really?
Nothing.
Not even a 6-7 joke?
Oh.
But it is 6 to 7. No. I'm saying you didn't react even. 6 is a lot. 7's a lot.
I know.
Every year?
I don't know.
It's a lot.
The 6-7 was explained to me. I still don't get.
I don't get it either. But I thought if you weren't amazed that it's 6 to 7 per year, then I thought at least somebody would make some snide 6-7.
6-7.
But I got nothing. There you go.
Don, there's nothing to understand about 6'7". It doesn't make sense.
It's not supposed to make sense. But I wasn't looking for it. I was just looking for some type of response. Instead, I got dead air. I thought maybe I was knocked offline. You don't think 6 to 7 openings a year is a big deal?
Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, when you think about it,
per year, man.
But it makes sense.
But think about it. Yeah, teams in this league don't want to be bad long. That's not how it goes.
Here's the thing. I think we should do research to see how many of the 6 to 7 per year are the same teams, the most frequent teams involved. Right?
Well, every other year was the Giants for a while.
I mean, after 5 years, you could argue the whole league has changed.
Here's the
their
question.
coach.
Why do I feel like that's low compared to the other sports? Why do I feel like in the other sports it's probably higher?
You think baseball managers get fired at a higher rate?
I bet you hockey and basketball do. I bet you they get because
per year.
It's so easy. I think it's harder to change a coach in the NFL because you're changing game plan and culture. That's why you usually don't see changes in the middle of the year. That's why the Dolphins aren't going to fire him, because they just don't want the second half of the year to be a complete mess, like what happened with the Jets last year. Like, you can fire a manager in the middle of a baseball season and still win the World Series. It happens in hockey and basketball all the time, too. So I still think even though that 6'7's high, it's probably on the low end in the
6'7".
See, I don't know. I don't get what he just did. And I know you're not supposed to get it, but there has to be some sense of following directions or something. Right?
No,
I mean,
it's called, these people are more the generation. It's Moronville.
I don't want to be that guy.
We had our dumb things too. Come on.
No, not like this.
No, but
hold on. I want to say this, Alan. There has never been slang dumber than 6'7", where it means literally nothing. I don't think I can recall any other, and people are calling it the word of the year. It's a whole thing. It's 6'7". It has no meaning.
I know
it's
it has
a
no
thing
meaning.
Kids just say.
I know.
So
and
take
react
us,
to.
But so our childhood, was there ever a phrase where when asked to explain it, you couldn't say it? You just went, it's just 6'7".
No. But
we had something. It would have something.
We do have people hot to talk about the Knicks coming off of the Steve Novak interview. Let's do that. 1-800-919-3776. Broad Alert Friday at 4:30. Picks at 5:45. ENN at 6. Full frontal show till 7. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bathfitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Fight fans, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the ESPN suite. Catching the action alongside me, Peter Rosenberg. Through November 7th, listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app. Must be 21 and over. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check if they're going for it on 4th down. before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Jordan Renaud. If you and I were teammates, candy draft, would you use our second-round pick on a Hershey bar when Butterfinger is still on the board? No chance.
With your third-round pick, are you taking Sour Patch or Watermelon Fish? You taking that?
I'm a big gummy kind of guy.
So you know what? Enough of you.
Chocolate was diluted.
Honestly, you stink.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
We got some sound on the 49ers reacting to Dart. We'll get to that a little bit later on. We've got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. Well, let's take a couple of Nick calls here at 1-800-919-3776. Manny in Flushing. You get the 4 o'clock hour started here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Good, buddy.
Yeah, it felt like old times when Steve Novak did speak to y'all, man. I remember back in those days, back in the early 2010s, where, Steve Novak was like the plug of the bench, giving those threes and giving the discount, double check. But he's a Wisconsin dude. But anyways, listen, I know people talk about the Knicks right now, but as of now, the 4 games on, who you think is the most disappointing team in the NBA?
The most disappointing team?
Through 4 games?
Yes, in 4
games.
Yes.
Some have played 6. Disappointing. I don't know if I'm ready to go. Do you have one? Because it's way too early for me. Like, there's some surprise teams that are playing. The Bulls, the Heat, the way they're playing,
Sixers.
Tempo. The Sixers. I love their backcourt, man. Those 2 guys are going to be fun for a long time to watch.
Are you surprised? I know they lost Halliburton. Are you surprised that the Pacers haven't won yet?
No, that roster kind of got decimated a little bit. Not just with Halliburton.
What about Orlando?
Miles Turner. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't. But it's so early for them. But they're going to be good. They have a good coach. They have 2 good young star players. Suggs is still coming off an injury, so he's kind of getting himself right. They had a tough start. I'm not going to say I can't. I just can't do it. I can't say disappointing.
4 games
2 weeks in. Yeah, it's too soon, Manny. Ask me in right before, like, Thanksgiving is when I'll tell you. All right, now you can really get a feel for the league. You can't get a feel for this. Novi said it a minute ago. The bad teams don't know they're bad. So you get teams like the Charlotte Hornets coming at you. Like they're putting up threes, they're making threes, and they feel good. So there's certain teams where you're playing them early, and they're still feeling good. They haven't reached that point of the season yet where they're like, all right, we suck. The hell with this. You haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, one last thing. What is your all-time favorite costume? 3 of you.
Wow.
All-time favorite costume? You mean like that I wore or that I've seen on someone else? I'd have to.
Wasn't a big costume guy.
Yeah, me neither. I'd have to think of what I think of as the greatest
one
costume.
year, Rick and I did a show on Halloween, and we dressed up, and it was an election year, so he dressed up as Hillary, and I dressed up as Trump.
Okay.
And it was hysterical. Back when you could laugh at that.
I remember
stuff.
that.
Now
Yeah,
it's like
you can't
now it
do
becomes like affiliated and all that stuff. But it was just funny because him dressed as Hillary just made it. He had the heels, the whole thing. He went all in.
I have
so
a
it was
traumatic.
that was fun. As
Whenever this subject comes up, I've got a very it makes me sad.
What?
Because if you remember when we were kids, because you were around the same age as me, Alan, that They had those. You go to the 5 and 10 or something. They'd be in a box where you all right, Planet of the Apes. So you'd have. It would be like a plastic, almost like not a dress, but like a suit you'd put on,
poncho,
and it would just say Planet of the Apes, and then you'd wear the mask.
And
it was
the mask
really
had
not
a rubber band. It was
really
rubber band
stupid.
around the back. Yes,
it was really
they were
stupid,
awful.
and it wasn't very creative. But when you're like 7 or 8 years old and Planet of the Apes are your world, I had to have that costume. Had to have it. All right.
Wow.
And my father went out of his way, said, you should be Father Time. So he got this big white gown for me, created the whole beard and like a sickle, and I was going to be Father Time. I didn't want to be Father Time. I wanted to be that stupid little made-up Planet of the Ape thing. And I disappointed him because I wore it. I wore it to school, and I was in the costume thing, and I was disappointed. And as soon as I could, got home, changed into the stupid Planet of the Ape thing to go trick-or-treating. And I think I hurt him. And I think back at it, and it bothers me. That was such a better, more creative costume. The little punk Don LaGreca had to have the plastic made-up stupid Planet of the Ape. You got to look for it online, Peter. I can't even describe the outfit.
Old.
It was like you stepped in. It was like a suit, but it was all plastic down to like your feet. But it didn't.
But it tore. Like it didn't
Right,
last the day.
but it didn't-
I
but
had
Peter,
a Spider-Man one. So the Spider-Man, it was the same thing. The Spider-Man thing, it didn't fit right. It
Yeah,
was
terrible.
plastic. It
Right,
wasn't like
but
it looked awful. And then the mask had the rubber band. And if the rubber band snapped and it
Oh,
broke,
it's
then
over.
the
You're
mask
done.
was useless. You couldn't
Yeah,
wear
it was like stapled on
stupid.
either side. But the costume part, which is like a paper dress almost, right?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't Spider-Man where it's Spider-Man's body. It just said the Amazing Spider-Man with like a logo of Spider-Man. Like they
That's
didn't
it.
even try. But as a kid, I needed to have it because it was Planet of the Apes, and our family, like I was obsessed with Planet of the Apes, and my father went out of his way to create a really cool costume, and I punked him I didn't deserve him. He was too good a man.
Wow. You still carrying that, Don. That's talking
Dude.
about it. Tuesday's coming.
Dude, I'm
We could-
50.
we could
I
have it
literally, this might be the 50th anniversary of that. I was probably 7.
Wow.
You know
So
that it's the 50th
that caller
anniversary of
just
something
stung
else,
me
though?
for the rest of the show.
Oh no, we got to get you back. Here, maybe this will get you back.
Here we go.
I saw something today. I did not verify it, but it can't be wrong. It was on the internet. I believe we're in the 50th anniversary of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay.
When that was recorded.
So
No one saw that?
So 75.
I didn't see it.
It makes sense that it came out in 75. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably one of
75.
the greatest songs
That is
ever,
correct.
right?
75 is correct. I'm trying to get the day it was recorded.
50
October 31st, 1975.
It would be in my top 10, top 15 songs of all time, but like that has legs, man. That still resonates to people. 50 years later, that's
And right now,
amazing.
I look like I could be in the video, in one of the scenes in the video.
Why?
Isn't that the one scene where they're all the three of them?
Oh, yeah.
Just like
This
one
is that.
light and a
This is
black-
exactly that.
Right? It's literally that scene. Magnifico. Yeah.
What a great song.
Yeah, you also this could be the cover of Snoop Dogg's The Dogfather also.
There's a lot of things that this could be.
And I don't know what's happening with
But
my
it's a
link,
sports
guys. It won't let me.
Need to see you, Donnie.
It won't let me open the video. And I've actually got one of those those lamps that they use in social media. They have it
Circle
right
light?
here in L.A. I got to tell you, walking around these gorgeous studios, how
Yeah,
cool is it
LA
to be
does it
doing
right.
radio in L.A., man? The Dodgers are in the World Series. Right? You've got
What are they talking about? Luka,
got-
LeBron's not playing. Austin Reeves has got. He was averaging. What was he averaging? Like 45 a game while those two have been out.
all I know is I walked to get
Game
coffee,
winner?
and I heard Reeves' name 3 times walking down the hall.
No.
Yeah, easily, because they're probably still talking
No.
Lakers over Dodgers.
It's
You
the
have 2
Lakers. Dude,
football
he hit-
teams that could actually complete passes and tackle and do all the things that you need to do to function as a football team. Like, they don't know
LA
how good
does it
they have
right.
it here.
No, they have no idea how good they have it. LA
Yeah.
has 2 good football teams, an NBA team with 2 mega stars on it.
Yeah.
And then obviously a Dodgers team that just is well, they're 2 wins away.
Well,
but
second
they're still in
NBA
the
team,
World
by the
Series
way,
again.
that you can't completely sleep on.
The Clippers?
Yeah.
Well,
Can't throw the Clippers away.
You know, it's if you need like some tree pruning or something like that, Kawhi's there for you.
Oh, that could work.
But what about you got Jimbo?
You don't understand what I'm saying? Like you know that whole thing that's going to controversy with the Clippers and Kawhi, right?
Yeah, Kawhi,
It's
Kawhi's made up
this arborist company that went under, that somehow he got like a couple of $1 million from them and never did one commercial, any type of endorsement.
Oh yeah,
and somehow the Clipper owner donated money to that company.
It's interesting, man.
They get around the salary.
And you know what? Guess what? Relative to the NBA's other controversies, not much noise around this one.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been better for Kawhi to have to go through.
Think about it.
That's a great point. That story went away fast.
Yeah, it was gone. Now, Danny from Long Island wants to react to my costume memory. What do you got, Danny?
I'm driving home on the Southern State Parkway. I almost had to pull off to the shoulder because I was going to sob at the sadness of your story about disappointing your dad. And I thought, this is Don LaGreca's Field of Dreams. That's your Moonlight Graham. You should wear that Father Time outfit every Halloween for the rest of your life. And then someday in heaven, when you arrive, you'll be wearing the outfit. Look, Dad, I love the outfit. That was the saddest thing. I tell you what, it's strange what you remember from your childhood, right? It's unbelievable. Listen, I've been checking. I was checking headlines and newspapers all day. Did we get a win on the volleyball court yesterday?
Oh
We did. Big upset.
Wow.
Thanks for asking,
Good
Danny.
news.
Big upset. You know, it was an unbelievable 5-set epic. Sacred Heart played played their tails off, respectively. Played great. It was an unreal, white knuckle to the end performance. But we got the win. We go on to the championship on Monday against Kellenberg. Very excited.
Was the other team totally destroyed? I would have cried just looking at the other team.
No, to their credit, they were two teams that were just so respectful of each other competitively, because it was an absolute. I mean, every game was like 25-23. Like, it was no blowouts. So,
but anyway, I'm on the way home. My wife's waiting for me. We have cocktails being ready to serve. We're going to do this. We're going to do the trick or treating with the kids. My kids are gone, so we're going to be giving out the candy. And at 7:30, we shut it down, shades, lights off, everything, and we're going to watch a scary movie and have drinks. That's tonight.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Hello.
There you go.
7:30, we shut it down.
Love it. And then you turn it up.
I never heard. By the way,
we turned it up.
Thanks for the call, Danny. I've never heard of the adults who he's preparing for Halloween, but really it's about him getting lit with his wife starting at 7:30.
Think about it. Think about it. You enjoy the kids coming up. You don't have to deal with it. So you've seen all the exhausted parents who have
but it's not your problem, right?
House. It's not your problem, but you're giving out candy. You're seeing everybody happy. The kids are happy. You're having a great time. And then all the good endorphins lead to let's snuggle on the couch, put on a scary movie.
That's
see where we go.
So what you're saying is that's Danny's version of Netflix and chill.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, good for him. Danny's getting some tonight. Good for him.
God bless Danny.
Congratulations.
And he's optimistic. He's shutting it down at 7:30, so he's ready.
Yeah, well, he wants all the time he can get on the clock.
So good for him, man. He's got all the time in the world. Clark in Queens, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Clark?
It's actually Claude, but whatever.
Oh, we have a drop for that. It's actually Claude?
Yes.
But you know what's funny is that's from Christmas Vacation.
No, it's not Christmas Vacation. It's regular vacation.
It was regular vacation.
Play it here and there. Hey, so I'm glad we're bringing out these repressed childhood memories. You know, I thought Don started that story as a goof on those costumes, because I remember having a $6 Million Man one with Lee Majors.
Yep.
It was basically a poncho. It was a poncho. It was like those sweat suits that you wear to go in the sauna, and by the end of the night you were just drenched, soaking wet.
Yeah.
Because there was no, it wasn't breathable. And best sports-themed costume I've seen, New York City Village Day Parade. It was a big, fluffy dog with a black eye, and he had a little chalkboard sign that said, "First rule of Michael Vick Dog Fight Club, don't talk about Michael Vick Dog Fight Club."
You know what? Strong.
Peace out, fellas.
Thanks a lot.
Play the drop, please, Jacob.
Enjoy throwing up every 5 minutes, Claude?
Clark.
I thought so.
Thank you very much.
The reverse, it's great.
Wait, Don, you said his name was Claude, and it was Clark, and it was Claude?
It was Clark on the call screen. So
Wait.
he called him Clark. And
Wait.
he said, no, it's Claude. So the reverse.
Anthony, that was intentional, Anthony?
No.
I'm sure it was.
No, it wasn't.
It's not even the worst thing I've done today.
You know what? We're not.
No, seriously, dude.
Jesus.
You somehow got me on the air and on the air link.
And
so how'd you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but somehow he ruined the show. But the point is, do you know how good that is? That by accident it said Clark and it was Claude. Do you know how incredible that is?
Almost to the point where was it intentional because he knows the drop.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He claims no.
But maybe it was
still a
just
good
built
drop.
in, and that's just what he heard the name Claude and just wrote Clark.
Love it.
Oh, that's tremendous stuff.
Let's go to Jay in the Bronx. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What's up, Jay?
What's up, fellas? So, I have a pop culture / hip hop question for Alan and Peter, but also a sports question, if you allow me.
All right.
So, sports question. I'm still wrapping my head around what Ohtani could do, but I'm watching Wemby, and I'm equally as amazed. I wanted to know which one you guys thought was the more breathtaking athlete. And Peter Allen, and maybe even Don, if he likes hip hop. Finally, and I had the argument with my nephew, can Jay-Z ever lose in a versus to any other MC? I just wanted to know you guys' opinion.
Well, I talked about that on Hot 97 this week, the Jay-Z of it all. Yes, he can. I mean, a versus is subjective, going song for song with other artists. And I think Snoop would have a very interesting catalog to go up against Jay-Z with. I think previous to the whole battle, which has aged really badly, Drake would have had a lot of music to battle Jay with. Not for you, Alan. You're an old man, but for the people people. But I mean, Drake simply has more hits than anyone else in the history of hip hop. So
I understand that.
So he would have, before his credibility had been shot, I think he could have really stood. Now I think it would be tough.
Isn't versus also like what moves the crowd, like what really gets?
Yeah, it's what hypes people up, hits them in the feel spot.
Did you take the theater? That's basically what it is.
That's kind
right?
of it. Yeah.
So it's your music, but it's not how many hits you had. It's how hard they hit. Right.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like the beginning of the Alan Hahn show. It's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. But yeah, it is. It's both. It's a combination of all of it.
Okay.
But I think Snoop would be interesting. Go ahead,
Don. You want to have input on this, Don? Who would you put up? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Don just goes Ice-T every time. That's all he's got.
Ice-T or Ice Cube. It's one of the two.
It's one of the ices. That's it.
Yeah, anything icy. Don likes it. As far as the Ohtani Wembanyama comparison, he used the word. Did he say breathtaking? Right, I believe.
Yeah.
Jay? All right. That's where I have to say Wembanyama is breathtaking. The stuff he can do. I know Ohtani, what he's doing is it's sensational. It's unreal. We haven't seen it, all that. But when you watch Wembanyama, especially live, but just seeing him this season, my God, like it's scary because there's nothing on earth that does that in basketball. Mm-hmm. Nothing, and he does it with ease. He's got everything, the instincts and the ability to read the game, feel the game, but then all the other stuff, the athleticism on top of the inordinate amount of length and height that he has to do that. The ball. There was one highlight I saw where he was bringing the ball down the floor, and there was a guard came up. A lot of times big man's dribbling. It's a high dribble. You can just, if you get close to him, you could probably pick it, take it away. He went crossover and then crossed over back. And then kept going down the floor. One stride later, he was at the rim. Just that's not normal.
No.
And he can shoot threes. So if you want to say breathtaking, I find him to be the most breathtaking athlete we have playing any sport right now.
Now, there are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
Go ahead.
It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 released for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN390557. MSRP $32,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000 financed. Ends 10/31/25. That's today. But you know what's interesting, and I'm not going to say that that the caller was from a different generation. But it kind of hit me when we had Jeff Passan on earlier in the week. that it's Ohtani. Stop it. He pitches. I don't think people really can wrap their mind around the fact that what makes Ohtani different than any other athlete you want to compare him to is that he also pitches. So Wemby's incredible, and he does breathtaking things. And I'm very proud to say that I called a Knicks-Spurs game last year, and to see him be able to pivot from, like, the foul line and in one-step dunk, like, he did incredible things. But, guys, sometimes I think we try too hard to devalue what Ohtani's doing because we've never seen it before. So I don't think we can appreciate what he's doing. Like, even though he didn't pitch all that well in Game 4, he went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs, struck out 6. So it's like, oh, well, he was okay. He pitched a day after he was on base 9 consecutive times and hit 2 home runs and 2 doubles. I don't think people fully appreciate that it's really Ohtani and everybody else, guys. We can try. We can have fun. We can debate. That's what we do. But you're trying too hard, bro. Just the way Jeff answered the question yesterday about comparing Ohtani to Judge. It's like, it's Ohtani. He pitches. Yeah, Judge is a better hitter, but come on, guys, really? What are we doing?
I'm not trying to diminish anything that Ohtani's doing. I'm not trying to find, I'm not trying to try hard either. The word he used was breathtaking.
Right, but I'm just
breathtaking is watching an athlete move the way with the size that Wembanyama has. What Ohtani, I think Judge is breathtaking because of the way he can hit a baseball. That's breathtaking. What Ohtani does, there's other words for it. It's phenomenal. It's it's a different way to describe it. But I'm not saying one's better than the other.
No,
what
but
I'm saying about Wembanyama was that it's just a compelling, breathtaking thing to watch because he's an outsized human doing incredibly athletic things and also has an instinct for the game. But Ohtani, I'm not denying it at all, Don. What he does,
but you don't feel
remarkable.
that same way. But you don't feel the exact when you see Ohtani.
Are you staring at the TV just going, "Oh my God, this is amazing"?
Don, do you agree with me that on the 2 home run night the other day, the first one that he absolutely looked like he ripped it before the ball was even there, and he was just completely on top of it. I think with his size and how natural it looks, I don't think breathtaking is out of bounds.
Well, it's all in the eye of the beholder, right?
But doesn't Judge do that too?
Overall point is that there is no comparison. So we find different ways to create a conversation. All right, who's more breathtaking? You just can't say who's better, Ohtani or Wemby. It's Ohtani because he's doing something nobody's ever done before. So but I'm saying let's find other ways to compare and judge because the initial argument's already a slam dunk. So let's try to challenge ourselves to come up with another angle because the fight's already over, right? Like we've already booked 3 hours of airtime. The fight ended in 15 seconds. We've got to fill the other 3 hours. So let's come up with different angles. Like that, you know what I'm saying, Peter? Doesn't it feel like that? Let's come up with different words. Let's come up with different conversations because the initial conversation is over.
I hear what you're saying, Don. I think that when you're being fully honest about what each one is capable of, the fact that this guy is a lights-out pitcher makes it kind of a boring conversation. He wins. So, yeah, you kind of have to look for other things. I hear you.
Well, but we don't have to look for anything other than Fraud Alert Friday.
Oh, I love it.
It's what we live for. And when it happens on Halloween, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out on Fraud Alert Friday on Halloween. That's when they come out. And it's coming up next year on Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, fall into savings with unstoppable savings across their full lineup of Honda cars, trucks, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs during the Fall for Honda sales event. You can get the HR-V all-wheel drive LX for $299 a month with zero down during the Fall for Honda sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 39 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, zero down plus tax, tag, and fees. See dealer for full details.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. An overleaf on the Southern State westbound in Nassau County. Crash in the right lane by Peninsula Boulevard. Been out there for almost an hour. Traffic is jammed there from the Wantagh. Not moving much on the east side of town. FDR northbound over by the UN right before the 59th Street Bridge. Collision in the left lane. Traffic is jammed there and backed up into the 20s. No easy way to get to the outbound George. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Cross Bronx westbound. Crawling from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Holland going to run you 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Fraud Alert Friday. Driven by Ramsey Mazda. Welcome to the program. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. Let's get into it. You ready, Don?
I'm ready. You got the gavel there, Anthony? There you go.
There it is. Peter, while you're doing this, though, could you put the hood part up?
Yeah, hold on.
So we get the full effect? Well, you can put the headset. It doesn't go over the headset? All right, you do it like that. I like this. There you go.
Just for
Don,
this.
you're
Just
missing,
for you.
This is special. You're missing something.
He can pull up YouTube. You ever watch YouTube? All right. Let's get into Fraud Friday.
Do it.
Alex writes us and says, my name is Alex, but I'm writing on behalf of the actor Jeremy Allen White from Peter's favorite show, The Bear. I'm sure you know he's playing Bruce Springsteen in the movie. Well, he's a huge Mets fan and always wears the same Mets hat everywhere he goes.
Okay.
While doing press for the movie wearing his Mets hat, Bruce gave him his Yankees hat of 30 years and told him to wear that moving forward. And you can now see interviews where Jeremy Allen White, the Mets fan, is wearing Bruce Springsteen's Yankee hat. Ooh. Is he a fraud?
Wow.
Obviously. Yes. I understand it's significant to get it from Bruce Springsteen, but if you're a diehard Met fan, wear a Met hat all the time, and now Bruce gives you a Yankee hat specifically to convert you. Fraud. And I will say this. I fought with Michael about this. I'd love to get your opinion, Alan. Michael will always say, Peter, you remember, Bruce, big baseball guy, big Yankee fan. Stop yourself. He doesn't know a thing about baseball. Doesn't even know what a bat looks like. You know how I know?
Why? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Big song. Glory Days.
Glory Days, right?
And what does he say?
He could throw that speedball by you?
He could throw that speedball by you. Fast works just as well as speed. He'd blow that fastball by you, make you look like a fool boy. But he says speedball. You know why?
No idea.
Because he doesn't know anything about baseball. Zero.
Because he doesn't know sports.
Right. Now all of a sudden he wants to convert a Met fan into a Yankee fan. Stop yourself. They're all frauds. All of them.
That's a good one, Don.
It's very unfortunate, though. But because think about it like this,
there's no coming back from that.
If Jeremy Allen White chose the Mets, because the Mets are not the Yankees, a decision to wear a Mets hat every day, no matter like what you're doing publicly, that's a decision. That comes with some weight, okay? A Yankee hat is nothing. Everyone wears a Yankee hat. You know how many? Allen Iverson has been on a book tour. He's worn a Yankee hat at every stop, okay? People just wear Yankee hats. Met hat is different. So for him to now throw it all out the window, as much as you respect the man you're playing in the movie, that's a bad job.
All around fraud.
Okay. You're disgusted. All right, Fraud Alert Friday. Evan says, good afternoon. Growing up in Westchester, New York in the 80s, I was and still am a huge fan of the Jets and Yankees, while focusing less on the Knicks and Islanders. I was also a big fan of St. John's and followed all things Big East basketball. When the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing, I was 14 years old, and I became a diehard Knicks fan and suffered through the bad years, Bill Cartwright, Trent Tucker, etc., and celebrated the years with Starks, Mason, and Oakley. Then it changed. The Knicks traded away those guys for nothing, drafted and traded John Wallace, and put my most hated player, Isaiah Thomas, in charge. Thomas proceeded to destroy the team with scandals and bad deals. All the while, the Nets were lovable losers. Petrovic almost beat the Celtics, and then he died. I had to root for this team, so I started rooting for both. Then the Knicks had the whole anti-Semitic thing with Charlie Ward, which I don't even remember. And I said to myself, how can I root for this team? Then the Nets started getting really good with Jason Kidd and the like. So I started just rooting for them against the Knicks. I then moved to Brooklyn.
No. I don't need the whole damn story.
The timeline is so off.
Barod. You don't get to sit there and write a book. Write a nice book. Nobody will buy it, not a soul, but you could write a book, 300 pages, and call it fraud. I'm a fraud.
But the
Knicks fan, Net fan. Oh, it's tough times. I'm going to get out. All this. Stop.
No.
You embarrass yourself,
all over the map.
your family. I'm going to call your mom a fraud just because she gave birth to you. And then to be boring with your damn story. Stop it.
Well,
what do you think? To make it longer, it's going to make me just fall asleep and forget you're a fraud?
I mean, Don, it was just the information in the story.
No, there's too much information when in the first 3 words, fraud. Come on, stop yourself. You know the answer. You know the answer.
Don is a great judge.
He didn't even give you the timeline, though. He was all over the map. He might as well have told me, and then I watched Dr. J, and I thought if this guy ever got to the NBA, he'd be great. Like he was putting things in it was out of order. Right. And using them as reasons why it was luring him away when all these things were happening at way different times. So
and then Dr. J married turquoise, and I never liked the color turquoise, so I decided I was going to go root for the Nets.
Oh
my dear God in heaven!
Well, listen, the answer here is clearly fraud. I don't want to discourage people from including the facts of the emails. I think they can be useful, but here we go. Good afternoon, guys. I've lived in New Jersey all my life, and 15 years ago, when I could have had an out, instead decided to stick with my team, and now one of the 17 Brooklyn Nets fans on the planet. My other teams are the Yankees, Steelers, and Devils, so I've been fortunate to have consistently competitive teams. But even with the Nets being a laughingstock more often than not, I had always watched and rooted for them, even during the extreme lows. But between the failure of the most recent attempt at going all in, I said from the moment I heard the initial rumors that trading for Harden would ruin everything, Joe Tsai's comments right before the season indicating that they would be trying to lose as much as possible, and the early results showing that is in fact the case, I have not checked in on them this season other than a moment or two and don't intend on giving them my time this season. I typically believe that a good fan follows and supports their team no matter what, but if the owner doesn't care about the season, I don't see why I should either. Does this make me a fraud?
I'm going to say no fraud, and here's why. He makes a good point. You were told to check out. It's not about this year. It's not like you're rooting for another team. You've got other things to do. Why should you check in on a team that's completely checked out? It's kind of like what Allen's going through now. So they've given you, they told you. Now, would it be nice to continue to follow? And I think he probably will. Just check in on them, but I'm not going to kill him. No, I cannot call him a fraud. No, not with good conscience. No fraud.
No, he has every right to just now. If he can't root for another team,
you can't root for another team.
Yeah, emotional abandonment. There's nothing wrong with that. That's legal.
You're in an abusive relationship. There's no reason you can't stay. Go stay in a hotel for a while.
Exactly. Let things cool off. All right, it's NBA tip-off, guys, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything, from who will score the next bucket to fourth-quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join, because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY 467-369. Now, one more, guys, shall we?
Yes.
Absolutely.
DHRESPN@gmail.com. When fraud laws collide, Casey sends us this email. Hey, I have an interesting Fraud Friday that I'm not even sure the great Judge LaGreca will be able to rule over.
Ooh, interesting. Challenge.
I have a friend who grew up a diehard Florida Gator fan. I'm talking a huge level of fan. He would have his parents take him to bowl games, etc. He was a fan of the school across all sports. As we grew up, he decided to go to Penn State for school. He graduated and now claims a diehard fan of both schools. He's obviously a fraud in my opinion. But how should someone handle a situation like that? Obviously, as a senior in high school, he is too old to renounce his Florida fandom, but you also need to cheer for your own school as well. Very curious for what the judge thinks.
Wow, this is good nuance. This is really good nuance. I like this. See, this is why I say it's fraudulent to root for a college team you didn't go to school for, because it doesn't make sense, right? Because you can go to another school, as this individual did. So it's ingrained in his psyche. His family took him to games. You can understand that he was a fan. but he went to Penn State, and now he loves Penn State teams. I understand the dilemma that he's in. But because it's college, I don't acknowledge his Florida fandom, so I'm going to say no fraud.
Wow. But here's my question. Why, if you're that big a fan of Florida and you don't want to be a fraud, you got into Penn State. You couldn't get into Florida? Go to Florida.
Well, there might be extenuating circumstances. I don't know where he's from. I'm not in his pocket. You know, he made a decision. He was rooting for him.
He made a business decision.
And maybe Penn State was the better place to go. That's why I think, honestly, and you know I'm not a big college sports fan. I'm not trying to disrespect the fans. But I never understood how you can be a diehard fan if you didn't go to that school. You know, now it's professional sports because they're getting paid. But from the amateur level, I don't get it because I'm not a college guy in that sense, so I never really got it.
You're just rooting for a logo. You're rooting for a pro. Like it's not about anything more than it's a logo, right? It's just being part of something. You like the vibe of the place, and probably they were winning, right? There was something winning about it.
Yeah, how often?
So it just
when a kid has a random college team they root for, how often is it like Ramapo College? I mean, it's always it's always Syracuse or Florida or Georgetown or Notre Dame or UCLA.
Because it's a brand.
To give a little bit more detail, the reason I won't say it's fraud is because I understand his allegiance to Florida if he grew up with it, and that's all that he knew. And I'm not going to kill him for rooting for Penn State teams because now he goes to Penn State. They're not really rivals. There's like 1,000 college schools. It's not like sports in the pros where there's only 29 other teams or 31 other teams. Listen, if it was a rival, like if he went to Florida State and started rooting for the Seminoles, then I can understand there's an issue there, right? There's no real issue. They're not in the same conference. It doesn't matter. So have at it. No fraud.
People are saying, Alan, in the chat that off-camera Don is a different level Don. Like when the camera's off, he almost goes to a different place.
Interesting.
You think the camera makes him be a little more professional?
Yeah.
He's more aware?
Yeah, like off-camera Don is unhinged on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do feel good today.
First of all, it's an off day in L.A. Who doesn't feel good? Let's be honest.
That's a nice day, too.
What are you doing for dinner
know
tonight?
what I mean?
Hey, Don, good news for you. You could follow up your hang the other day and go to the Yard House right there at LA Live.
I saw that. I look at that. Looks familiar. I was there in Denver just a couple of days ago. My childhood friend, Steve Dubinskas, Doobie we call him, lives in L.A., so we are going to go out tonight.
Ooh, you and Doobie hitting the town?
Yeah, so he's like, do you want to just go somewhere there, or do you want to go? I was like, listen, it's up to you, man. If you know a place, let's go. I mean, it does feel a little redundant going to the Yard House, but he's a big baseball fan, big Yankee fan, so he wants to go someplace that's going to have the game on. So we'll have some fun.
All right.
Yeah, you got to go take. You got to go take the World Series.
We have a call on Fraud Alert Friday. Do you want to grab that?
Oh, sure. Please.
Sure, go ahead.
We have Eric in Long Island who wants to chime in on a Fraud Alert Friday. Eric.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Real quick before I get to the fraud thing, Don, the Bruce Springsteen speedball thing always drove me crazy, and I always thought it was just like, that's how you know you're surrounded by yes men, where no one would have told him, hey, just say fastball.
Yeah.
And nobody stopped him from saying it. It drove me crazy. Anyway, here's my fraud question. Okay, so I'm a Jet fan. I'm 50 years old. I have been a Jet fan my whole life. I watch every single game when I can, obviously. This year I've decided, kind of a dual purpose thing, I've decided to watch the game and root very hard for the team they are playing. So I want them, let me preface it by saying I want them to get a high draft pick this year, but I also want to see winning football. So it is, I watch the games and I root for them to lose, and I am totally engrossed in watching the other team beat them, and it's completely changed the watching for me this year.
Even last week, after Mangold passed away, you weren't like just happy they won the game, found a way to win the game?
I had things to do with the kids. That the Mangold one that's an aberration. That's an outside football thing. So I was happy that the Jets did something for Mangold. But
Eric, you sound like a really nice guy.
I am tired of watching this team lose all the time. They often lose in a very torturous way. So I said, you know what? We need a high draft pick. And I need to try and get on the other end of this torture and watch it be inflicted with joy. So
all right. Well, if you're getting that much pleasure from seeing them lose, you got to tap out, Eric. I mean, it's a really destructive relationship for you. I understand what you've been through. I get it, but it's hard not to call it fraudulent because you're out. It sounds like you're out. You can make the excuses all you want. I want a better draft pick, but you to have that kind of joy and just seem to destroy. You now hate the team. You hate the team, so you're out. And you're not even watching all the games anyway. So you're out. You're out. Just do yourself the favor. What are you hanging on to?
You see?
You're done. So forget fraud. Don't be a fraud. Just get out. You've got family. Tap out, brother.
Sad.
Look at off-camera Don doing what he does, though.
I'm doing it, man. Maybe they could put an egg up there or something. I want to represent the TV, man, but this feels good. 1-800-919-3776. Take a few more phone calls. We got some Giants to get into at the top of the hour. Our picks at 5:45. ENN at 6. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Oh, yeah. And also, Don, while we're at it, I just want to say Fraud Alert Friday was driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. As Don said, your calls and so much more. Football Friday. Happy Halloween. We'll be right back.
This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Fight fans, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the ESPN suite. Catching the action alongside me, Peter Rosenberg. Through November 7th, listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score your shot at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app. Must be 21 and over, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here. Look, being a man doesn't mean skipping self-care. Manscaped makes it easy to feel confident, clean, and ready for anything. Whether you're at work, hitting the gym, traveling for business, or heading for a night out, the Lawnmower Trimmer gives you precision, the Beard Hedger keeps your look tight, and their grooming essentials smell incredible. Manscaped's tools are built to perform, helping you stay sharp, smooth, and feeling your best every single day. Because real confidence starts with a clean cut and the right gear. Get all the Manscaped products you need right now at your local Target.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head. You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
YouTube TV customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball, and more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7. We've got our picks coming up at 5:45. ENN is coming up at 6. 1-800-919-3776. Let's get back to the busy phones. Let's talk to Pete in Brooklyn. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Pete?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Longtime Jet fan since I was 10 years old, 1972. I don't like what I'm hearing. Are we telling people to jump off the Jets bandwagon right now? I don't understand that. I was a Jet fan, taken in as a kid. I will always be a Jet fan. I enjoy watching them, and it's all about you play to win the game. Yeah, we're not winning right now, but that doesn't mean that you gotta shake up everything, trade your best players away. There's nothing guaranteed in this league. We had people retire on the defensive side of the ball last year. DJ Reed is gone, and we're not what we were last year defensively. But we got an opportunity here, guys, to let people get some work in, stick with the team that has drafted them, and build from there. There's so much that we all want this popcorn mentality. We got to win, we got to win, we got to win. Yeah, we've been losing for a long time. But, guys, it always comes down to you play to win the game. And they are my team. I will always be watching the Jets and cheering them.
Yeah, no, that's the way you're supposed to be.
I agree.
I told that last caller to give up because he's rooting against the Jets. He hates the Jets. He's not watching the games anymore. So just get out. But you're a guy every Sunday you root for the Jets, and I respect that. And that's the way it's supposed to be. But Pete, not everybody can be like you, man. Because win, win, win. I understand it's that mentality, but this is gonna be 15 straight years of missing the playoffs. 15 straight. They keep adding wild card teams. They've had one winning season in 15 years. I mean, they've really beat up some of these fans. So if someone want to tap out, can't get mad at them. They're not fans anymore. But
they're not fans.
Right. But
Absolutely
not everybody can be
fans.
like you, Pete. You're strong, and one day this team is going to win for you.
That's a fair way. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fanatic, but you look at the term, why we call fans? Because it's a derivative of being a fanatic. It's your team. You signed on. You enjoyed. You wore their colors. I wear number 20 because of my last name.
Listen, I hear you. I think we all respect you. It's just for some people, it's not going to be that. You know
not everybody is as strong as Pete.
Like I went through this exact thing with my team, and I was going on vacations, Don, and honeymoons and living life and doing all the things at that stage of my life and never missing a game. And I knew other people who weren't like that about the Redskins at the time. And I said to them, I was like, you should just be out. Like, I'm not going to blame you. They're not doing anything to keep you around. And guess what? If they pull it together again, I'll welcome you back. I don't expect everyone to literally have their life become hell. And the requisite is you have to just suffer and be obsessed. No, if some people want to take a hiatus, listen, you can't claim you're the world's biggest fan if you leave and come back. You can no longer say you're the number one fan. But Alan, why stay just to be miserable?
Well, look, Pete is a salt-of-the-earth guy, and he probably is an incredible father because he puts up with a lot. I got to be honest. When he used the phrase, this popcorn mentality of win-win-win, anybody ever make popcorn that took 15 years to
it's the best kind. It's really good, though.
It's really amazing.
It's the best. No, Alan, you got to try it.
What I'm saying, like what we talk about when it comes to, like me, like I said, I'm emotionally checked out. This isn't like fair weather. Fair weather. When has it been fair weather? At times you just, like Pete watches the Jets like he would watch a TV show. He just watches it. He doesn't get caught up in wins and losses. He just watches the story. And it's just kind of each year they lose, but it's always a different story because there's something dramatic about the way Jets lose. Like it's always something. They just don't lose boring. They lose dramatically. So he really doesn't carry it with him. Now, when we get Danny in Centerport that calls in, that poor man wears it. Yeah. He not only wears it on his sleeve, he probably has health conditions because of the Jets. It's a lot different. So I don't think it's either way is the right way. You fan the way you fan. And what he's talking about sounds like somebody that really does, like when the game's over, he'll click it, he'll get up, and it's like, all right, I got to take the garbage out. Like other people are tearing their house apart. So it's a different way to fan.
There is a price.
I don't understand, calling it fair weather. When you haven't made the playoffs and you've had losing records for 15 years and you've gone through a million coaches, and you've stuck through all that, there's nothing fair weather about that.
But just know this, because you had Eric, who hates his team, roots against his team, will not watch if there's something else to do.
That's how he copes. That's
how he copes. But I will tell you, and then there's
all that
Pete.
Is copium.
Then that's Pete. There's Pete, who watches every game, roots for his team. I will tell you this. When the Jets eventually do win, Pete will enjoy it more than Eric does. Mm-hmm. That's the trade-off.
That's
like
if you're
going to tap out, you're free. No.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
Pete will feel it more because he lived with it every single day. If you're going to go out and self-soothe and walk away and hate on your team, well, then it kind of a little bit, not all the way, but just a little bit, devalues the championship when it eventually comes.
Disagree.
The guy that was there the whole time. How can I be wrong? Man. Pete, how can I be wrong? The guy that's all in is going to feel it better.
I'm shocked, Alan, that you don't feel this.
I can answer if you let.
Go ahead, try. Go ahead.
How can I be wrong? Here's how you're wrong. Because the guy that is so psychotic about his team, that he's actually rooting against his team because he wants the number one pick, will laugh like a madman when they finally win and say to himself, "This is awesome." There was a time I rooted for them to lose. Yeah, I was doing that because that's how much you care about it. That you like he's psychotically involved.
But you know what happens?
Like clicks up, they'll win and he'll go, "Oh, that was a good episode," and then moving on.
But what happens, Alan?
It's
what
totally
happens,
different.
Alan? By him hating the team, he's also not watching all the time. Like he'll go and he decide I got something better to do. I'm not going to watch. That's the product of hating the team. Pete's there every day, so it will be better for him.
Don.
It'll be better for him.
Affected by it. Did you hear his voice? He sounds like a really sweet
I'm just
man.
I am just telling you. I am entitled to my opinion. My feeling is the guys that are all in are going to feel more happy and more satisfied with the championship than a guy that decides, you know what, I can walk away, I can air my frustration, I can give up on the team, I can go do something else, and not be as invested is not going to feel the full investment once it happens.
Listen, as a guy who's been there on the misery side, and now, at least for last year, I got to be like, as Don LaGreca would say, I'm rooting for a damn football team. The elation was absolutely immeasurable. I don't know how it would feel for the people who sort of walked away, but for someone who's been there, it was special.
All right, I got a little Giants to do. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
I got some business for you, though.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. AI is literally a race to the top with companies that engage AI first. will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Founded by tech powerhouses, Thrive partners with you on smart and secure AI strategies for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. Now, that's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. It's all tricks and no treats heading over to the outbound George. All of your approaches are jammed. Deegan southbound, a bumper-to-bumper ride from the Mosholu on down. Northbound West Side Highway, your best bet, and you're solid there from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Cross Bronx westbound, just slammed from the Bruckner on through. Inbound George, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, Orange, 20 to 30. Outbound Helena, 45-minute ride. Not moving much on the belt eastbound in Brooklyn. Right before Ocean Parkway, a crash in the right lane. Some heavy delays go back into Bay Ridge. Long line of brake lights on the LIE eastbound getting through Queens. Solid between the BQE and the Cross Islands. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino.
Download it.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
.504 in the big city. Don Hahn and Rosenberg hanging out with you until 7. So we got a full frontal show today. Always excited about that. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's Tully time. It's Tully time.
Right, we've got the Islanders and the Capitals tonight. We've got the Knicks in Chicago to take on the Bulls. And we've got a Game 6 of the World Series. Trying to force a Game 7 will be the Dodgers into Toronto tonight. So that should make for a very interesting possibility here in L.A. If I'm going to be here on Saturday and the Dodgers force a Game 7 and win, could be kind of interesting, could be kind of fun. We'll see what the general interest is going to be. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew. Try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So the Giants are taking on the Niners, and while you were getting hooked up, Alan, I was mentioning how depressing it is that I think for a time the best rival outside the divisions was Giants-Niners. 8 times they met in the postseason. Just some classic games, classic matchups. And there was a time in my life where Giants-Niners week, which didn't happen every year, you were talking about a primetime game. You were talking about something that you were just obsess over all week, and now it's like an afterthought. Giants all banged up. We do learn that Mac Jones is going to start for San Francisco, but it's completely different with these two teams that have kind of underachieved as of late, especially the Giants. But we've been talking a lot about Jackson Dart, and that's basically the Giants' 25 season, right, to just see what he can become. But what does everybody else think about Dart outside of New York, including the opposition, the 49ers? Kyle Shanahan, their head coach, talked about Dart, and he's impressed with what he sees.
I've been real impressed with him, mixing a lot of RPOs and stuff, which I think is really good for him. And he's got a good feel for him, and just he's been real impressive watching the tape. He's got a very good knack for off-schedule plays, attacking while scrambling. You drop any of your players in coverage, he finds them. His vision is pretty elite when it comes to seeing holes in the defense when he gets outside that pocket, and just watching him even play in the pocket too. He knows how to play quarterback, and he's been extremely impressive so far.
I think we can all agree that Robert Saleh left a lot to be desired as head coach in the NFL, but he's a hell of a defensive coordinator, and he's back with San Francisco. His thoughts on Dart?
He is uber talented. I understand why Dayball went to the blue tent. I probably would have went too. I mean, kid's good, man. He's a really, really, really good kid. I think New York hit on this one big time. He's dynamic. He's decisive. He's accurate. He's been a joy to watch studying his tape over the last, he's been, 5 starts now. So, and they're doing a really good job with him. You know, there's certain things they're asking of him, but they're doing a good job hiding it within their weekly game plans. And I've always thought Dayball's done a really good job, him and Kafka, and they put a lot of strain on defenses. And this kid he's going to be special.
Why
still a Dayball guy, huh?
Why is it still a thing, guys? Why?
It'll never end. It'll never.
Well, you know why? Because outside of New York, they're not talking about the Giants or Dayball, so they probably haven't gotten the memo. Why would you? I mean, you get Giants emails as spam unless you're playing them, right? Like, we have to talk about them, right? I'm a fan. I've got to be interested. But like outside of New York, why would you be interested in a perennial loser with a coach that probably is going to be out of a job in 5 minutes? But anyway,
you
Alan,
digress.
if you want to get praised, play somebody, and then they will praise you. So coaches are always going to praise the opposition, but this seemed pretty genuine because they gave detail. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's job is to stop him, and another guy who evaluates quarterbacks and offense as good as anybody in the league. It sounds like they've got a wealth of praise for the guy and really believe that the Giants hit on something here.
Yeah, and you also have watched a lot of film on him because you're going to face him. You want to know, what it is that he's doing, and you don't have, he's a rookie, right? So there's not a lot of film on him. There's not a lot of tape. So when you watch it, that's, what jumps out, tells you, okay, yeah, there's something here. I think everybody sees it around the league, right? I don't think this is something that has really surprised anyone at this point. When you do it for, 4 games now? I'm losing track. But when you do it for the amount of games he's done it, there hasn't been a game. I mean, again, even the loss in New Orleans, which is probably the worst of all the losses. I know Denver was a bad loss, but that wasn't on the offense as much as it was on the defense. But the New Orleans loss was all turnovers and a disaster offensively at times. And it was him trying to do too much. And even that game, the first half, the first couple of possessions, he still had it. Like, you could see it. So I feel every game he has shown you that he's a guy. Like, he's a player that you can build with, go forward with, and believe that you found somebody that can lead the way. There's still a lot of development to be done, but the film don't lie. These guys watch it. They know. And, and Saleh's always been a guy like that anyway. When he talks about players, it usually is with great respect, and he does hype up a lot of guys. And you talk about, again, a guy like Saleh who's emotional and a player like Dart who plays with emotion, that's right in his wheelhouse. So Saleh probably does love him.
So, the conversation always seems to come back to what's going to happen with Shane and Dable. I mean, right now, 2-6, injuries, toughest schedule in the NFL. Really, how many wins can we expect now, guys, especially as you're missing all these opportunities to get wins when you had easier teams on the schedule? You caught the Cowboys at the right time, couldn't finish. You lost to the Saints. You had the Denver Broncos on the ropes, couldn't do it. So the games that you should have won, you didn't. So really, how many more games can we expect this team to win? So Jordan Raanan was on with DNR this morning. Do wins matter when it comes to Shane and Dable keeping their jobs?
I do think you have to produce results. I mean, every week you go out there and you lose more games, it's going in the negative column of your resume. Like, you can't just say, well, look, we have some good players. Yeah, but you went 4-13 again. Like, how are you going to sit there and claim you have all these good players if you're going 4-13? Well, then the coaching is terrible because you're not getting anything out of the players, right? That's one of the arguments that can be made for sure. So I do think that wins matter here, and the way it looks down the stretch matters. Now, are they that far off from what kind of we thought they were? I mean, I don't know where you guys were. I picked 6 wins, and you're hoping Jackson Dart showed some optimism. That's kind of where we're at, right? What makes it disappointing is they've blown some games that they should have won.
Right, so
Don,
we
they
at?
have 9 games left, right? They have 9?
Yes.
Do you think they got to get to 6 wins, which is 4 and 5?
How are they doing that?
I know, but I'm saying what's it? Because what he said, you can't have another 4-win season. So they're at 2. They're at 2. Like 2 more wins out of the next 9. That's not cutting it. So does 3 get it done? Like what are we talking about here? 5 or 6? 6 wins feels like it almost feels like you got to have something along those lines to feel. If you can say, hey, we finished the season winning 4 of the last 9 games and started showing promise, but there's just the excuse of the injuries is built in for the coaching staff. It's there. But defensively, to me, has been a bigger issue than the offense. And Dable can kind of like say, oh, my hands aren't on the offense. On the defense. That's something else. We got to make a change there. I could see them making a change at defensive coordinator before they make a change at head coach.
All right, but
I could see that.
But if you're going to tell me it's wins and losses, and I understand what Jordan's saying, the coach wants to know.
I'm basing it off what Jordan said. That's why.
Yeah, so basing it off of wins and losses, honestly, you could be the biggest Giant fan in the world and believe that there's still something good in there, that Dart may be able to win some games. But the schedule has a lot to say about doing that. All right?
Right.
You take it on a 49er team that's banged up, you get them at home, then this is a game they're going to have to win. Yes. But what's the number, Anthony? What's the spread for this game? Remind me. They're home against the Niners, a banged-up Niner team playing a 1 o'clock game. Those West Coast teams playing a 1 o'clock game. So there's a lot of advantages to the Giants in this game. Mm-hmm. They're a 2.5-point underdog. All right?
Yeah.
So not crazy, but they're still a dog. So that has to be, if they're going to have to win games, they have to win Sunday. Then they're going to Chicago to take on the Bears. They've lost 11 straight road games. Okay, so that's tough. Home against the Packers, at the Lions, at the Patriots, home against the Commanders, home against the Vikings. Get the candy ready. You're at the Raiders and home against the Cowboys. So looking at it, maybe 3. Say win this week. Maybe you win at the Bears. You win at the Chicago. Raiders.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 wins. So you're looking at a 5-win season. So does 5
what
and
do the
12
Commanders look like when you
save
play
their
them,
job?
Right?
Yeah, you don't know.
What do they look like when you play them? Because you always play them tough. That's always a crazy game. That's at home, right? Because they lost in Washington to start the season.
Yeah, that's at home.
Correct? Right. So that could be for me if you wanted to wild card that as a 4th, because what if Daniels just never really gets right, never really you don't know.
All right, so
all you've got is that to deal with. But I mean, what's the last game of the season?
Home against the Cowboys.
What is that?
Does it matter? Does it? Yeah.
You have no idea. With the Cowboys, they could be completely done. They could be fighting for a wild card.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's why the win total thing that Jordan brought up, and it's the right thing for Jordan to bring up here, because it's true. You can't have a 2-15. Like you just can't. You can't keep having these games. Especially the Denver game was a bad look on the coaching staff. The New Orleans loss, a bad look on the coaching staff. The earlier ones you could blame on, well, Russ wasn't really it. We had to make the quarterback change, and once we did, everything kind of changed. Then we had all these injuries. You can make all these excuses, but 2-15 is still 2-15. They have to put a couple of wins to make up for these losses and make it look like you're ending the season with momentum so that the owner doesn't look and think, yeah, we got to bring in new people here. You need as a coach to convince the owner, look at the momentum we have at the end of the year. We can build off this into the offseason, and when we're healthy going into next year, just look how good we're going to be when we get Neighbors back and Scadaboo back and add another piece in the draft. That's what you're selling, but you can't sell it with 2 wins. You can't do it.
Well, you can't sell it with less wins than you had last year when the owner of the team said it's got to look better. Now, if you get to 6, now that's 4 wins in the last 9. 4 and 5. Hard. But we did look at there could be an avenue. Maybe you beat San Francisco. Maybe you beat the Bears. Should be able to beat the Raiders. Maybe the Cowboys don't care. Maybe the Commanders are banged up at the end of the season. Because if you get to 6 wins, guys, that's not a great record, but it doubles the win total from the year before. And then if you're trying to petition for your job, you could say, hey, we doubled our win total from last year. I got a rookie quarterback who's learning. I lost my best wide receiver. Midway through the season, I lost Scadaboo.
Well, but that's why so much of this, Don, to me, depends on, we talked earlier, and I understood where we were coming from a few weeks ago when we talked about the win total. And then after losing to Philadelphia, I've sort of reassessed it. A, it's how it looks, of course, like we've discussed. And B, it's so about how Dart looks. I really think if Dart doesn't grow, guys, from right now till the end of Game 17, that's a problem. It needs for Dable. This has to be continued development because all we know so far is that the kid has talent. We know that. Everyone in the league knows he has talent. But, guys, if he doesn't grow from right now to the end of the year, you could be going, oh, man, do we just have another Daniel Jones? A guy who's talented, but Peter, he'll be much better with someone else?
Again, you're speaking with logic, and I'm telling you, you sell it as, well, he had no talent around him. Look at the throws. The one thing in all sports, what happens is when you have to make a case for yourself and you can't use statistics, what you start to say is, well, if you see it like I do, like you do this whole thing of my experience, look, just watch the plays. Those throws are right there. He's just not, that guy wasn't good enough to go up and high point that. A good NFL wide receiver would have caught that ball, would have made that play. That's the stuff that you make the argument for to defend yourself. If you're going there, as an owner, I'm like, you know what, I'm moving on. Well, and that's really, if you're married, you have to have a fallback plan now. You can't have it at the end of the season. I'll wait and see what it looks like. You have to right now, already in your mind, have at least 2 options of if I'm going to do this and I want to bring it. I know I have a quarterback. I know I have some talent on this team now. I don't think I'm going to move on from the GM, but I got to get a better coach. I got to get somebody that's not going to lose games like that in Denver. That's not going to run into the tent and embarrass the franchise when the quarterback isn't out soon enough for him. I can't have this stuff. I need somebody that I can put at the podium every week and feel like this guy's in charge. He gets it, and we're not going to – like, again, what Sean Payton has done in Denver, what Vrabel's done in New England, you got to find that guy if you don't think Dable's the guy.
All right, so it's all how it looks, all right, because we're sitting here playing the reindeer game of what they have to do win-wise. It all depends on how it looks. So let's look at the first 8 games. They're 2-6. How does it look? All right? Because you can look at the Denver game, having not watched it, take a look at the score, and say, hey, they went to Denver, played a really good team, played them hard, came up short. That's good, right? If you watched the game, you felt disgusted by the way it was coached. You felt disgusted at how they handled that fourth quarter. It didn't look good. It looked good for 3 quarters, but it's about finishing the game, right? So
yes,
it just can't be about the result. It's got to be, let's take a look at it. So I'll ask you, we're halfway through the season. They are 2-6. Has it looked good, bad, or indifferent for this head coach?
Indifferent.
Peter?
I would say because the losses that you have are so bad. I got it.
The 10th thing is bad. There's a lot of bad in there. that you mix in with the good.
Yeah, I gotta say indifferent. That's the best. That's kind of the best you can do.
Yeah, see, I'm leaning towards indifferent or bad. I can't say good.
No,
all right,
I
listen,
agree.
they lost Neighbors. They lost Scad, but they're going to lose that game to the Eagles anyway, okay? I know it was close and all that, but you just saw Philadelphia was just a better team, okay? The Saints game, it's easy to say, well, your quarterback turned the ball over 3 times. Their defense couldn't get a sack, all right? So coaching was involved in that. And if you want to tell me, well, it's more about the defensive coordinator than the head coach, well, who brought that defensive coordinator in? There's a reason why Wink Martindale isn't the defensive coordinator of the Giants, and Shane Bowen is because of the head coach. So we can't excuse the defense away from the head coach because he's an offensive guy when one of the reasons Bowen is in here, if not the reason, is because of the head coach. So I will err on the side of you guys and say indifferent.
Yeah.
And now we're going to look at the second half of the season, leaning towards indifferent and see if he can sway us towards, hey, it looks good for the coach and he keep his job. And I keep bringing this up, and I'm tired. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me say it, but I still think it needs to be accentuated. Extending the coach. So it's not just bringing him back, it's also extending him, which means the closer to indifferent you are, to me, you're closer to done.
You're right. And the extension, I think I heard Jordan say this. The extension should line up with the quarterback when the quarterback's due. That's what you do. You don't give him, he's not going to get a 4 or 5 year extension, right? You give him, 3 years or 2 years off this, whatever it is. And you know that in that time frame, if the quarterback's good, he'll be getting an extension off his rookie deal at that point because you can't waste any time. You don't want to wait. So I think you put it there. And if the quarterback's not playing well enough to get that extension, then he's out. But that's the only way you do it so you're not stuck long term. But I keep coming back to the two things. Number one, is this the guy that can lead this team to consistent winning? But is he also the leader of men that you want in front of your team? I also think, though, the other one, that's one. And number two, who else you getting? You can't fire somebody and then go, let's just do a search. You can't do that. You've got to know who you can just bring in, and is Tomlin going to shake free? You go after him with guns blazing. Who is going to shake free that you say, that's a guy I want to bring in here? Because I think what the Giants need with a very young roster, Neighbors, Scadaboo, Dart, Abdul Carter, there's young guys on this team that are key pieces in key positions. Man, you got to have an experienced coach who can take charge and take control. You need your Tom Coughlin. And I don't know if that's available right now.
No,
you've got to see if there is.
It's a lot it's a lot that John Mara is going to have to go through for sure. But I think you do have these 9 games to see, if things can change. It's such a tough thing, guys. It really is, to be able to just figure out how to deal with all this. It's not easy.
Why did the Patriots do it, Don? Why were the Patriots able to do it?
Because the guy they wanted shook loose, right?
There you go.
Now I don't know if is there a Vrabel out there. I don't know the answer to that. We're going to have to see. Now there's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S Select for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S059573 MSRP $31,915. 0 security deposit ends 10/31/25. A lot of calls to get to. Want to get your response to what we've been talking about with the Giants at 1-800-919-3776. Once upon a time, Giants-Niners hit much different than it's get hit this Sunday. Get your thoughts on that. We've got our picks coming up at 5:45. ENN at 6.
Oh, come on.
I'm in L.A. Peter's at a resort. I get what is your 4th or 5th house you have?
Well,
and then
he's at the. Isn't he at the Doggy Hotel? What are you at there?
I think he's at the Doggy Hotel. And
that's correct.
Trick-or-treaters and everything going to his house. Allen's at the Garden. It's all happening, and it's all happening here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino & Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
It's NBA tip-off week, and FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now's the perfect time to join, because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/K to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Garden State Parkway jammed in both directions heading into Irvington. It's a northbound crash over by exit 144. You're solid from 78 in Hillside. Southbound packed with everybody stopping to take a look. Hitting the brakes there from before 280 in East Orange. Inbound George free and clear for both the upper and lower decks. Really no easy way to the outbound side. Best of it right now. West Side Highway northbound. Some pockets of slowdowns from the 70s. Outbound Lincoln going to run you 20 to 30. Outbound Helen, a 45-minute ride. Hutch southbound not moving much in Westchester County. A crash by North Street. You're stopped there from 287. And definitely want to take it slow on the local streets with the trick-or-treaters out and about. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light.
So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report.
No big, just a loose gas cap.
And gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
"50 years ago today, this gem was
Amazing.
released by Queen. I defy anybody that doesn't enjoy this song. There are probably some haters out there, but
It's like three
Oh,
songs
there are
in
definitely
one.
people who hate this song.
Come on, really?
Oh, for sure. I think there are a lot of people who probably think it's like theatrical and cheesy. I'm sure. I love it.
Well, it
but
is.
I can see
it's
someone
wonderful.
making the case, even though I disagree.
I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I don't think I am. It's one of those rare songs that on 3 separate occasions hit one. All right, hit number 1 when it first came out. It hit number
Wayne's
1
World.
when Freddie Mercury passed, and then it hit number 1
No,
when
no,
it
no.
was released in Wayne's World.
No, you have it. You're right, but wrong. It when it was released, when Wayne's World came out, and then when the Freddie Mercury biopic came out was the third time.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are correct, just not at those exact occasions. Yep.
And they used it in Wayne's World. It was spectacular. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Great scene.
What was Wayne's World like? What?
That's how. By the
93?
way, that's how people of my age range truly know that song.
Mm-hmm.
No, of course.
That wasn't.
Of course.
It wasn't in my life prior to Wayne's World. That's what put it in my life.
But 50 years ago today, Halloween, what a day.
Wow.
To release a song in 1975. And believe me, it was. If you saw the movie, you know that it was not received well by the record company because they're like, this is just a weird song. Plus, it's long. They want to play songs that are 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and this thing's like 7 plus or whatever. They defied all the odds and still won because it's such a great song.
And it's so weird too. Think about it. It's like not only is it insanely long, it's like show tunesy. And what genre is it exactly? It's not rock. It's not pop. It's like you couldn't. It's a really hard song to describe with basic terminology.
But it is pretty terrific. 1-800-919-3776. Talk about the Giants. They take on the Niners. Jets have the bye. Trade deadline coming up on Tuesday. Now, usually the trade deadline goes by in the NFL and you don't even notice. But there's a lot of significant rumors that are riding out there, really for both teams, and what the Giants may do at the trade deadline. And Jordan Ronan was on with the boys this morning talking about what kind of action the Giants might get involved in on Tuesday.
I don't see them doing anything major. I mean, they're trying to trade Evan Neal.
Who in the world would be lining up to bring in Evan Neal?
I said trying. Jalen Hyatt, I'm sure, is available. He's inactive these days.
Yeah, not exactly a crop of I wants out there.
Kayvon Thibodeau, you would think would draw a lot of interest.
I'm not so
but
hot.
But it
to give
doesn't
up
sound
on
like
him.
they're shopping him.
Because he's somebody compared to Evan Neal and Jalen Hyatt that's attractive.
Yeah.
But if you were committed, and let's face it, you got to think there's a new defensive coordinator next year, no matter what happens. Even if Shane and Dable come back, there's a new D coordinator.
Yes.
If you bring in the right guy, I think that I'd like to find a way to keep him. Remember, the Giants are in a very cool situation as far as the cap is concerned. That if Dart's the guy and you don't have to pay him for a few years, that's a lot of money you could really pay other players with, right? Because it's going to be a while before you're going to have to address the quarterback position, which is always the most expensive of any roster spot. So I could be dead wrong, but I think there's something there with the right coach. You did take him 7th overall. I want to see if I can make it work with him. For what I'd end up getting back at the end of the day, guys, I think I might want to hold on to him and see if the right DC can bring the best out of him, because I see that there's something there with him.
You got, again, it's the trio, and he's going to be due. You got to pay him. But the other issue with the Giants and their defense is their secondary's all hurt. And that's what I worry about this weekend as well against even against Mac Jones. It's still, I mean, it's always things to be concerned with. They might have to make trades just to make up for injuries that they're having, right? They might have to do something along those lines. But I don't see anything that they have of value worth trading. Like, it's different than the Jets. Like, the Jets are – a lot of people look at the Jets and think fire sale, and you can maybe get something worthwhile off that team. But, Giants-wise, I thought they should have been buyers. But all the injuries happen, and they're 2-6, so it doesn't make sense to be buyers now. But had they come away with if they just came away, Don, tell me if I'm crazy. If they came away from the game and won that game in Denver, and now their record is 3-5 instead of 2-6, would you think? I mean, the Scatterbo injury changes things too, but they still have two capable running backs. Would you think be a buyer, go find yourself a wide receiver, see if you can pick somebody up?
Because it's twofold. One, hey, we're 3-5. Maybe we can sneak into the playoffs. And also, I want to have some weapons for my young quarterback to throw the ball to. Right, Jalen Hyatt's supposed to be one. He's fast, but he's inactive. We just lost Neighbors. Now we lost Scatterbo. If you're 3-5, there's two reasons to do it. Now there'd only be one, and that is to develop my young quarterback. But I'm sorry, you're going to have to find other ways to evaluate him than giving up commodities to bring guys in. Unless you're telling me you're getting a guy that's under contract beyond this year that you can build around. But that gets very expensive. Those deals usually don't happen in the middle of a season. So I'd have to see what's available. But I think that loss to Denver, followed up by the way they played against Philadelphia, you're no longer talking about trying to salvage a season as far as the standings are concerned. Now it's just about making sure that you develop the quarterback, and you're going to have to find different ways to evaluate. I can't give up draft capital for a rental just to have a weapon to throw the football to. I can't do that. James is in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, James?
Hey, guys. Big fan of the show. Thanks for taking my call.
Always.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So a couple points here with the Brian Dable thing and, whether he keeps his job, whether he doesn't. I'm actually a pretty big Brian Dable fan. Besides a couple of the losses, I don't think a lot of the losses were his fault. But I've been hearing this thing with the quarterback for years now. Oh, he worked with Josh Allen. I still hear that to this day. Oh, you used to work with Josh Allen. And I heard that with Daniel Jones. It didn't work out. And now I'm hearing that with Jackson Dart. I don't know whether Jackson Dart's just a really good quarterback and he's making Brian Dable look good because, ultimately I think if Brian Dable does lose his job, it's because the Giants do, lose out this thing. And it's because of the quarterback play that Daniel Jones is, he's going off this year. So that's where I'm at there. I think that
there's James. It's that whole thing. First of all, how responsible he is for the play of the quarterback, and if he is responsible, is that enough to extend him? Like, there are really bad coaches, head coaches, that are really good coordinators and really good quarterback whisperers. We just talked about Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is a terrific defensive coordinator. He is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He was not a good head coach, but he found his ballywick in the NFL as being a really good D coordinator, and I think that's where his career is. I think same thing with Rex Ryan. Not a great head coach, but a really good defensive coordinator. Maybe Brian Dable is just a really good OC, a really good evaluator of quarterbacks and groomer of quarterbacks, but unfortunately, that's just one of many things you got to be good at if you're going to do a decent job as a head coach in the NFL. So you got to decide exactly how important is the quarterback play to have him be the head coach of this team for what Allen was suggesting and what Jordan was suggesting in line with Dart, which could be, a 2 or 3 year contract extension on top of bringing him back next year. It's a lot.
What else are you going to do? Like, honestly, what else are you going to do? I don't like the idea where the Giants are right now. I know fans just want the pound of flesh and they want to hear that he's fired because you get sick of someone's face when they're not winning. So it's as a fan, you have to you can approach it that way, and you have every right to. You have every right to say, I want him out. But as somebody that's running a franchise, you got to think to yourself a couple of things. Right now, are we heading in the right direction? Even if it's slightly in the right direction, even if it's a slow crawl back up the hill, if you're heading that way, you hesitate to make a change to someone who has zero experience and hoping it works out. Right? You need to make sure, who do I have that I could bring in, that I already know is available or might become available, that I can make this move. It's why what the Jets did last year. You think about derailing a franchise, not only moving on from Salah when you did early in the season, which completely blew the whole season up, but it also set you off course because now you didn't have a plan for who was going to be your next coach. You went into the offseason, and what'd you do? You asked Mike Tannenbaum and the 33rd team to help you find your next coach, which means you didn't know who to get. You needed someone to help you get a coach.
Right. Yeah, you put the cart before the horse. You fired the coach.
That's the danger. That's the only reason why I'm giving the devil's advocate here.
Right.
I'm just telling you the dangers that could come. As much as a lot of fans are sick of Dable's face because he loses and that's all you see, if you feel like it's somehow chugging up the hill, even if it's slow, you're better off extending for a short term than blowing it up and hoping that you have someone if you don't have a plan. Or you have your Vrabel or you have your obvious next coach that you know can come in and get you right.
You've been around NBA people. I've been around hockey people.
Yep.
If I go and talk to an executive, I see him in the press box all the time, and I say, give me your top 5 assistants you think would be good head coaches. They'd rattle them off like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's worked in the NBA too. So the problem with Woody is he decided to fire the coach before even asking anybody, and because he's not an insider, he has to hire a committee of people that are insiders to do it for him.
And then how many people said I'm all set?
Yeah, well, exactly. Now,
he's arrogant enough to think I can hire anybody. He doesn't realize that his list is shorter than everybody else's list because of who he is and who they are as a team.
So John Mara, who is respected around the NFL, decides to bring Shane and Dable back last year, but under the pretense of, hey, it better look a lot different. So I would think John had spent the entire summer and all of this season picking people's brains. So who's out there? Who's a hot commodity? Who is somebody that's the next great coach in this league? Is compiling a list just in case he has to make the decision. So I would hope he has spent the last few months compiling a list of people. We don't have the list, but hopefully he does to know, A, who's available, B, who might be somebody that's itching to take this job, and C, that could actually be good at it. Now, he may not be good at it, but there's got to be a list of people that we aren't even thinking about, that Adam Schefter's not even thinking about, that's on the list of the people that are in the know that'll get that shot. So I don't think it's as much an unknown as we believe it is, because we're not on inside. I have to think that there is a list on John Mara's desk right now of people that he will be in touch with once he makes this decision.
I think Monday or probably Tuesday's show, we should have somebody on, an NFL insider, somebody that knows, who can tell us, give us the names. Let's find out who
let's get ahead of this.
Who people are saying in the league. Who are people saying this guy's going to be a coach? He's next. Right? That's what I want to know. Who is it?
Right. Now, there may not be someone that can do that because the people that might talk to John Mara don't go public with this, right? But that doesn't mean that they aren't out there. Like if I go to the Devil Kings game and I run into some executive that I've known for years and say, who do you think the next week? He might give me 2 or 3 people. If I ask him to come on, he won't say anything.
Well, I'm not talking. Yeah, you can't get somebody that's in the job.
But
these guys know. They all. I would Dan Graziano knows.
I would think that they know. There's got to be because
they talk to people though. They do exactly what you did.
You just said there could be 7, 8 jobs available during the offseason.
That's what,
one of those coaches is going to work. Maybe not to win a championship, but one of them is going to work. So somebody is going to be hired this offseason that is going to be a good coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Giants have to make sure if they make the change that coach is the one they hire.
Exactly.
And when you're the New York Giants and you're John Mara, and there's no cap, Peter, for how much you could pay for a coach, the Giants can't lose that face-off.
Thank you.
They listen, it's one of those situations where even if you're not sure as of October 31st where you stand on the new head coach of it all, you have to be aware that by the time you get to January, it might be your top priority So they have to be all over this right now.
Yeah,
well, you're
you
2-6,
so you have to be thinking that.
Yeah, you're not thinking if they're 6-2, but at 2-6 right now, it should have been on his mind for the last 6 or 7 weeks. All right, our picks are coming up next.
You did there.
I didn't even notice I did it. That's how out of the loop I am. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I did do it. Peter, I did it, and I didn't even know I did it.
See,
God, I'm an old man. Never been prouder. We'll have
you should be proud of it.
We have what I'm just going to assume is a gorgeously curated Halloween edition of ENN at 6.
Oh, you kidding me? Like you dream about.
And we've got full frontal because with Knicks pre at 7:30, that means we're taking it right up till 7 and Dan Grasso, all here on ESPN New York.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
There he goes to the 20, 10, 5. That's a Jet touchdown. That's a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, be there at MetLife Stadium to see the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, November 9th at 1 p.m., presented by Verizon. Don't miss your chance to experience the excitement of game day at MetLife Stadium and cheer on your Jets. Lock in your seats at nyjets.com/tickets and get ready to clear the runway.
Right now at Bay Ridge Honda, fall into savings with unstoppable savings across their full lineup of Honda cars, trucks, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs during the Fall for Honda sales event. You can get the HR-V all-wheel drive LX for $299 a month with 0 down during the Fall for Honda sales event. Plus, receive thousands in benefits and savings with their Bay Ridge Plus Advantage plan. Upfront pricing, total peace of mind. Visit BayRidgeHonda.com. 39 months lease, 10,000 miles per year, 0 down plus tax, tag, and fees. See dealer for full details.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window & doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS. This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
What's the game called?
Football. These are the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Pro Picks.
That's football!
There is football. Picks haven't been great this year. Getting better, at least for me. I'm 11-13, but I got 20 points. I'm in first place. Allen is 9-15. He's in second place with 18 points, and Peter is 7-17 with 15 points. So I get to go first, guys, since I am in first place as we enter week 9. Hard to believe we do it all the time. Can't believe it's week 9. My 1-point play, I think the Packers are turning the corner. I do. And I think they're going to be the team that everybody thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. And the Panthers are probably going to slide away from being contenders. But 13.5, that's a pretty Zoftic number. Carolina is 12-4 against the spread in their last 16 games as an underdog. So I think the Panthers will hang. Packers will win the game. They'll probably win the game handily, but 13.5 is a little too juicy for my blood. I'm going to go with the Panthers getting 13.5 as my 1-point play. God, Cincinnati stinks. They are just bad. We don't even know who's going to start a quarterback now. Flacco may not be able to go. And the Bears, they're a 2.5-point favorite on the road in Cincinnati. I like that number. I think Chicago's going to win the game outright, so I believe they're going to cover the 2.5. Enough confidence that I've got it as my 2-point play. My 3-point play, even though this team's burned me this year. And it's burned Peter, too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go with the L.A. Chargers. They're a 9.5-point favorite on the road in Tennessee, but Tennessee, they're done, right? They're 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games. It's under 10. The Chargers should be able to take care of business against one of the worst teams in football under a 10-point favorite. So that's my 3-point play. The Chargers to cover the 9.5 in Tennessee against the Titans. So I've got the Panthers getting 13.5 as my 1-point play. The Bears is a 2.5-point favorite on the road against Cincinnati is my 2-point play. And I love the Chargers in Tennessee as my 3-point play to cover the 9.5.
1, 2, 3-point play.
Okay.
All right.
I like it. You said it with your chest, too. You were very confident.
That's it,
You move into first place, and now you feel like you're rolling now. So there's your momentum going into week 9. I love it. All right. I am going to now see if I can recover from what was a just devastating 0-3 week. The first one I've had all year.
It was tough.
And then some of them were just painful losses. But I'm going to start believing in some teams. And the first team I'm believing in is the Denver Broncos. They are at Houston. Now, Houston has won some games this year, but you know what they do? They get teams when they're down, when they're banged up, when they're injured or they're going through stuff. Like that's been their thing. Now, Denver is down. They don't have Patrick Surtain. He's going to probably be out of this game. He's not in their secondary. But their front is so good. We just saw it. And I think they're going to go on the road. I'm going to take the 1.5, and I'm going to take the win with Denver on the road in Houston as a 1-point play. Their defense is tough enough. Stroud in that offense has gotten better, but this defense is legit. So that's my 1-point play. Don, I'm with you on the 2-point play. I like the Bears, too. I like the Bears laying 2.5. Cincinnati is the home team, but their defense stinks, and Flacco's got a shoulder issue. Give me the Bears. I'll lay the 2.5. That's my 2-point play. Now, for my 3-point play, I'm going to get aggressive. I have to. I got to make a comeback. And this is how you do it. First, I got to wait till Monday night. That's right, boys. Monday night.
Oh, okay.
So you saw Brian Schottenheimer went off on his team, right?
Yeah.
About how the offense, and it doesn't matter. He's sending a message. Enough's enough. They score 30, they give up 30. But one thing that stood out to me is at home, they don't score 30. They score 40. The last 3 home games for the Dallas Cowboys, 40 points, 40 points, 44 points.
I love the pick.
I am taking the Cowboys. I am laying the 2.5. Kyler Murray's back, and they'll score, but the Cardinals give up a lot early in games, and that's where Dallas will win this game. 3-point play.
You know what? It's funny. Three. Picks are funny. I'm sitting there staring at that game, and it didn't move me. And then you said it, and I'm like, that's a short number against the
He sold it
Cardinals.
well.
No, he did, and you never know.
Well, you got
could
the
turn
coach
it on.
calling you out, right? Like, there's a lot going on here. The motivation game.
Big
motivation.
Yeah.
Motivation.
The big motivation. Yeah, I haven't gotten involved with this team really yet, and every week I go, what am I doing? Why not? Who are the Falcons? I don't know, but I know who the damn Patriots are.
Yeah.
And it's
I
at
thought
home.
about this game.
It's under 6.
That's a good one.
At this point, you see the Patriots under a touchdown at home. You know, the Patriots have become a home juggernaut again. Foxborough's become Foxborough. So the Falcons have burnt me. They certainly did last week. They were pure hot trash. Knowing this league that you can't read it all, they'll beat the Patriots by 20, and we won't understand anything. But I'll take the Pats, given the 5.5, and make it my 1-point play. My 2-point player, my Old Faithful, my reliable guys, my sweet, lovable Leons. The Vikings are actually just laying out a parking cone as quarterback this week. They don't. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Detroit Lions. It's a big number. It's a Zoftig 9.5 in Detroit. But I think they've found their sweet spot. I love them at home always. Give me Detroit covering in a divisional battle against the Vikings. And you guys want to talk about sacking up and just saying, it's been enough. I've been bad enough. My team's been bad enough. Give me the Commanders at home with the season on the line. I'm doing it. Jaden Daniels officially a starter at today. They are a dog at home against Seattle.
Here we go.
I don't know what this team is, but I know one thing. You lose this game at home against Seattle, the season's over. So I will take them putting their season on the line. And I will say one thing. I really loved what they showed defensively against Kansas City in the first half. That showed me there may be another gear here that this team hasn't gotten to yet. It's just they weren't able to at any point start scoring and give that defense anything to sort of get behind. I think with number 5 back at the helm, they will solve that problem and score some points. So give me the Commanders to save their season, at least keep it going, and beat the Seahawks at home. Wearing the classic burgundy and gold white unis, Don. It's everything but the Redskins logo that they'll be wearing on Sunday night. So Commanders my 3-point play, Detroit my 2, and the New England Patriots my 1-point play.
So we'll see if I can get above 500, see if I can actually win a 3-point game. But it should be a lot of fun as we enter Week 9
These
of
numbers
the NFL.
are bad, though. Good
God.
God.
Peter, we gotta play. When you do these picks, especially when it's when you decide to pick on your team, pick the Commanders, we really should have Whitney Houston. I get so emotional. We have to play that while you're doing it.
No, I don't like
it's
that.
Such an
can we
emotional
go somewhere
pick.
else?
How about Emotional Rescue by the Rolling Stones?
You can do that. Rolling Stones, that's a good one.
Or something about heart. There's options here. There's options.
But caught in emotion, right? Lisa Cult Jam.
God, 7-17 I am. That is so horrible.
But maybe it all turns around this week. ENN coming up next. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
But first, I want to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter, everybody, because we updated a bath in our house. We actually converted a bath into a shower, which they do that too. If you don't want a bathtub anymore and you want this gorgeous shower that we have now in this place of this old bath, they do that, and it really looks great. My sister liked it so much. She said, they do. What else do they do? They do the bath renovation as well. Yes, they do. She had that done in her house. So all you have to do is call them up, and a Bathfitter consultant will take you through a process like they did with us with a free in-home consultation, as Rosenberg would say. You can pick style, color, all the specifics and accessories to update your bath, customized just the way you want it. Now, Bathfitter offers all types of custom bath renovations. I've told you about mine, where they take out the tub and they put in a shower. That's really nice. but they also have their unique PermaFit solution. That's what they did for my sister's bath. You get a watertight fit, by the way. No bubbles, no nothing. Here's the best part, too. Because you know Bath Fitters, the permanent fit solution, the leader in bathroom renovation, they do it in a day. It's durable, it's easy to clean, there's no demolition, lower cost than a full replacement, and here's the best part, lifetime guarantee. If you're looking to do this, now's the time. No money down, no payments, no interest for 18 months. That's no interest until April of 2027. This is the time to get it done. Get it done before the holidays so people come in and say, oh, you updated your bath. It looks gorgeous. It must have been a mess. And you say, no, it took one day, and Bath Fitter did it for me. You can trust the Bath Fitter team like we did. Start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN 390557. MSRP $32,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000 financed. Ends 10/31/25.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Did you know women account for 2/3 of all Americans living with Alzheimer's and 2/3 of all Alzheimer's family caregivers? Join the Alzheimer's Foundation of America at its Women Empowerment Forum on November 5th in Amityville to learn practical ways women can reduce their risk for Alzheimer's and enhance quality of life for themselves and their loved ones living with Alzheimer's. For more information or to register, visit alzfdn.org or call 866-232-8484.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Welcome to ENN. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Alan.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to say
candle.
good evening to Don.
The Rod.
I'd like to
syllables.
say good evening to to Don.
Peter, I did it, and I didn't even know I did it.
And good evening to myself.
Kid Saki!
Yeah.
Clean day for me. You know, I didn't know when Don said that he did it, I didn't even know what he was talking about.
So you Peter, I did it, and I didn't even know I did it.
Doesn't that make you feel good, Don? I
It
didn't.
does.
No.
I'm so not on board.
I've never been less locked in to anything than 6'7".
Yeah.
I think Alan wants in.
No. No. I
Yeah,
not
that
at
was
all. It's just, it's more a thing that because I said those, and then it was dead silence. I made a point, and then it was like dead air. So I'm thinking, all right, there was two things that could have happened there, and neither one of them happened. So,
but
that's why I said it.
Do you realize what the kind of accusation that Don leveled against you, thinking that you want down with 6'7"? I mean, what does that really mean?
I know.
He thinks about
Well, the way things have gone this
because-
week, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So it's not a great feeling. Obviously.
I don't even know what that meant.
See?
Yeah.
See, now I'm
See what I
completely
mean?
out. Text me what you're trying to say. Because
No,
I say because you have kids of an age where I'm sure you want to be able to relate to what your
my
kids are
10-year-old
saying.
does it. Yes, my
Yeah,
10-year-old
so
does it. My 17-year-old rolls her eyes and says it's annoying, and my older kids have no idea what it is.
Well, the older
yeah.
kids got to know it's a thing. They just don't do it.
They're like you. They know it's a thing. They don't know why it's a thing, and they find it stupid.
So is
But my
this-
10-year-old thinks it's hysterical, and it's like every time. It's every time.
So it's really aimed at like the 10 to 12-year-old. That's where we're at.
Oh
with
yeah,
the 6'7".
Yes, of course it is.
God, it is.
Yeah.
It's bad, guys. It's.
And
you
my
gotta
wife
do better.
teaches third grade, so anytime those two numbers come together, it's just you have to wait 5 minutes and let the classroom kind of settle down and get back.
Because they're that excited.
That excited
about 6'7". This is
right.
tough times we're living in.
There's kids in the car right now as you're saying it, Peter. Parents are right, a dad's taking his kids home from wherever sport that they did today, and you're saying it, and they're probably just giggling in the backseat about it.
So it's almost like a 6'7". Then has almost become like a that's what she said. It's like you hear it.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
pretty
just
good.
Go, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But that means something.
At least it means something. That's right. Whereas in this case, if I were to go, you said, well, how old is so-and-so's kids? And I went, I don't know, 6, 7. And they start laughing.
And they dance.
And it's really
and
just
whatever
from a
it is.
song where someone says 6'7",
I don't
and
know.
it was used a lot on social media.
Yeah,
it's
very
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
But this is
Very
where we are as a country. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens, the Ravens, if you will, were fined $100,000 for violating the league's injury report policy by incorrectly listing quarterback Lamar Jackson's practice participation last week.
That makes sense.
Baltimore avoided losing a draft pick because the league determined the violation was a result of negligence and not trying to gain competitive advantage.
So you're defending yourself by saying I'm just stupid.
We're dumb. We didn't mean to.
Things I could have gotten out of in life if I just said, sorry, I'm just an idiot.
Well, it's not too late to try, Don. By the way, I said this on the pre-show call. Man, you really got to think about how big a win that was for the Ravens last week without Jackson.
Oh, yeah. They're winning this division, guys. Book it.
Hold on.
Yeah, the Steelers this week, this is, right? Like, if you think about feeling the pressure, if you're Pittsburgh, you got to start feeling the pressure. Because they were a bit fugazi. They were winning, but it's like, are you really buying it?
It's such a great point, Don. I mean, what's your name? Alan?
Yeah, whoever.
Pittsburgh.
But they've got, like, think about it. You got the red-hot Colts coming in. And they look, right, they're a juggernaut. And you need to win that game.
And you look at what Pittsburgh's done this year. They won at the Jets, and again, the first couple weeks of the season, what is a season? They lose to the Seahawks. They beat the Patriots in Week 3, right? Before we were so sure of what this Patriots team was. They beat the Vikings, who kind of stink, by 3. They beat the Browns, who definitely stink,
yes,
23-9.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost a shootout to the Bengals and Joe Flacco, and they gave up. They really faltered in the second half and threw away a game against the Packers and lost by 10. So it is sort of, we're going to learn a lot about these Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. Because Indy is 7-1, and you got to give credit where credit is due is, but they haven't beat a lot of juggernauts either, and they've done a lot of damage at home too. Crushed the Dolphins at home. Beat the Broncos by 1 at home. They went to Tennessee and beat the Titans. They lost at the Rams. Crushed the Raiders at home. Beat the Cardinals at home. Their most impressive win of the year at the Chargers. We're all unsure what the Chargers are. And then they beat the Titans at home in a rout. So as cool as it is to see what the Colts have done, guys, you cannot say we know what they are.
No.
So
they're
this
a nice
is a big
team
game.
that's on a little bit of a toot. We'll see if
Yeah.
it means anything.
I wasn't touching that one too because is it?
I thought about it.
Are they getting 3? Are they getting 3?
I thought it was 2.5.
2.5? Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I want to touch that one. I did not want to go near it. Maybe I'll put it in the cover 5 though, just for fun.
Meaning you like Pittsburgh? Or you like Indy?
I feel like Pittsburgh they got a sense of must-win situation, right?
I mean, after last week, you throw one
That's
away
got to,
like that.
yeah. And like when like are we all buying the Colts thing, or do we feel like at some point it's going to show, right? They weren't supposed to be this, but somehow they are. So I don't know. Like it's an interesting play.
All right, Chris Greer is out as the Dolphins GM, the team announced on Friday.
He gone.
Mm-hmm.
But
He gone.
head coach Mike McDaniel will keep his job at least through the regular season, according to Shefty.
Your day will come.
But not now, Don. Not now. So not surprised to see that this is happening, and I guess they don't see the purpose of moving on from Mike McDaniel during the regular season, but hard to believe he'll turn things around.
No, he's gone. It's just that they realize what a mess can be created by letting a coach go in the middle of the season. So can't kind of keep some stability. You still have to play. But there's no way he survives a new general manager coming in.
Well, let's hear from Tom Pelissero on Rich Eisen had some interesting thoughts about what the Dolphins wanted to do before the deadline.
By turning this over now to Champ Kelly, you're going to potentially take a fresh set of eyes to the decisions that lie ahead. There have been calls on a bunch of the Dolphins veteran players. They'd gotten calls on Jalen Waddle, on Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Matthew Judon, Rasul Douglas. And in most cases, the answer they were getting from Greer was essentially like, we're not really in that mode right now. But let's see. I can guarantee there's going to be a new flood of calls on some of those very same names and others. Let's see how the Dolphins try to navigate this year, knowing that while they are mathematically alive, they've also got a lot of decisions to try to set themselves up in 2026.
Now, but specifically to Pelissero, can he see McDaniel coming back next year?
There is certainly a scenario in my mind where you take a vision to what's going on with the bigger football operation here. Bring in a person or multiple people to try to get things right. Keep Mike McDaniel for one more run with Tua, who is a quarterback who Mike got the job in part because he was the one coaching candidate back in 2022 who said, I can win with this guy. Give him one more shot with a lot of different moves in terms of personnel with a new GM or maybe a head of football operations calling the shots here. And then you make the decisions at the end of 2026.
How do you feel?
So if he survives, it's just kicking the can down the road a year.
Mm-hmm. A year.
That's all because it's not going to work.
I still think you keep the front office in place, and if you have a better candidate, you make the change. If you don't, then I think, I just have a hard time with just clearing the decks and then seeing what is available. That just, to me, is too risky when you have some good young talent here, and you can't waste any time trying to find the next coach because you haven't done a good job doing that over the last decade.
So what you're saying is, hey, listen, we're going to bring him back because he does have a relationship with Tua. There's some talent here. And there's really nobody else that we think can do a better job.
It's the same thing.
That can completely change going into 27. Some really good coaches become available, and then he's gone. So that's what I think is going to end up happening here, guys. It's just at some point there'll be a better option.
Is Tua the guy going forward? You paid him a ton of money, but is he really the guy?
Don't know. Well, I do know, and the answer's probably
you got to have stability. No, I don't. We all know he's not. Let's just say it. He's not. He's had moments, yes, but he's also the one concussion away from probably being off the field. He has moments like a lot of these quarterbacks have moments, but his bad is really bad.
The whole thing stinks.
So I don't know. I honestly I think you got to know what your next plan is, but they don't have one yet. So you almost got to just go with it for one more year. You leave whoever's in the front office. Like Greer's gone, so you leave whoever's there. You just leave them there so that they can just run the thing going forward. But unless you know for sure, this is like they did with Nick Saban. Like you just come up with a guy that's like, we're bringing this guy in. He's going to change everything. Unless you have that, I think the quarterback, you're paying him a ton of money. You got to get out of it. But the quarterback and coach, to me, are they're tethered together, so they both go. I don't think a head coach is going to want to come in and coach that guy, Coach Tua. I don't think so. He also burned a lot of bridges in that locker room.
Did anybody think, last year even, that, hey, this Bills run could come to an end? Which of the three teams in the division are going to take advantage of it? The Dolphins, the Jets, or the Patriots? That it's going to be the Patriots.
Of course it is.
God. And here we are again.
You can't kill them.
How can you kill what's already dead?
As I said, it's at the top. Everything starts at the top. And Kraft,
they're still good at the top.
He's a powerful guy in the NFL.
So Jake
obviously he runs a good organization. That's the bottom line. I mean, we can all say what we want. He's done it the right way. They have been perennially good. Guys, YouTube TV
and
customers.
And he's well connected. He gets good people. Like he knows. Again, it's all about that. There's a
YouTube
respect
TV
factor.
customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, the NBA, college basketball, and more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back. Do you guys know what I'm saying?
Jake Montgomery had a little thing for social media that who would we pick in a zombie apocalypse. So what you're saying is we all should have picked the Patriots.
It's the safest way.
And Alan, thank you for picking me. I thought that was really nice.
I wasn't being nice. I was being honest. I knew everybody else was going to say Bart and Rick because they're athletes.
Don, who'd you take?
But
I took Rick just because I said he's physically fit and we could talk hockey. If I had to be with Bart, then I just want the zombies to take me.
Wow. That's I don't like that. He's very entertaining.
Yeah, what? You don't think you could have a good hang with Bart?
He also, by the way, both of them you can't lose because they both love food and can cook. So you're not losing there.
Well, and hold on, Don is acting as if. See, here's what Don's really saying: is that I think Bart wouldn't be Don's top choice to co-host a talk show with.
No,
Don,
that's
it's the zombie apocalypse. You're not starting a podcast. This is just about hanging out.
Like you really think you're going to talk? How are you going to talk hockey when there's no hockey?
Listen,
yeah,
hockey's the way that Sasso went. Wherever we were supposed to meet, he wouldn't show up anyway. So,
wow.
I would be on my own anyway.
Would you really? I'm sorry. Were you on your own, Don? This has been a week. You and me, we're going to need some therapy.
You mean it didn't even count? He didn't even count you, you mean?
It didn't even like, he's like, oh, no one showed up. And I'm like sitting there going,
No. I didn't say no one showed up. I said he didn't show up.
You kind of suggested no one showed up.
No, a lot of people showed up. You showed up.
Yeah.
All right. Dan Rosen.
Yeah.
Brian O'Halloran.
Yeah, sure.
All right. But from the station, you showed up. And I appreciate that.
Right.
I got a lot of I'll be there.
Yeah.
Cap.
You don't get that doesn't count. Anybody can say yes.
All right, let's move on from
contract,
zombie apocalypse to football, if you shall and you will. It is your announcer lineup.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, yeah. We need this right now.
You needed it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Week 9, baby. Is this happening? It feels like it. Let's start out in Chicago, and this is, it's a game, and 2 teams will play in that game.
It's a game.
It's not Thursday. It feels kind of Sunday morning, if we're being honest. It feels like a 9:30 in Berlin, but it's not. It's in Cincinnati, and it's the Bears and the Bengals. 1 o'clock on CBS. Spiro Dini's on the call.
My heart is always at the Jersey Shore.
He'll be with Adam Archuleta.
Adam Golden Archuleta.
And the great Aditi Kinkwabala.
Well, thanks for having me. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is shining. It's not raining.
Thank you
It
so much.
usually comes
Aditi.
with the sun shining.
What, the not raining?
Yeah.
You never know. I've seen it happen. Spring showers.
Sun shower.
Yeah, not a lot to say about this game, but it will be played. Let's stay at 1 o'clock. Let's go to Detroit, where we will have a big matchup in the NFC North. It was probably thought to be a bit bigger several weeks ago, but the Vikings will still trot out there and try to take on the Lions, who are 9.5-point favorites, 1 o'clock on Fox, and that's the big dog. That's the Kevin Burkhardt vehicle.
Keith, these are definitely not pumpkins.
He'll be joined by Thomas Bartholomew Brady.
If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disneyland with my kids.
Aaron Aloysius Andrews.
Who was talking about you?
And Tom Sivu Play Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
Now, do you guys think it's a weird call for this to be at 1 o'clock, Minnesota-Detroit? Does it feel like the A team?
Well, what other options did you have in the NFC? You're not doing Giants-Niners.
Well, at the time, I guess nobody would have thought there would be a lot to see from the Giants in that game. And they're not terribly wrong. And the Saints and the Rams, no, there's not. You know what? I guess you're right. This is what it is, folks. We continue at 1 o'clock, and this is, I got to tell you, of all the picks today, this one surprised me. Donnie Puck's going with the Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. Packers big-time favorites. It's an Adam Amin vehicle on Fox.
Now stands erect.
He'll be joined with Greg Olsen.
I'm aggressive by nature.
And the great Pam Oliver.
I'm not dead yet.
I just, Don, you may get this right, and I'm impressed by it if you do. I just never have the stomach to pick like a bad team on the road dealing with a big number against a good team. It's a man's man of a pick.
I don't know. Are they a bad team? They're not a good team.
They're a team.
They're a team. It's 13.5.
That's a large number.
That's a very reasonable pick when you consider the spread. That's all.
And
it
the
just
Packers
makes
play
sense.
with their food. They do.
Yep.
We stay at 1 o'clock. The Broncos go to Houston.
You don't know
This is one of those Fox AFC vehicles. Kevin Kugler on the call.
And it's caught! It's a touchdown!
He'll be joined by Daryl Johnston, a.k.a. alongside Allison Williams on the sideline. Still tough for Allison Williams. No, listen. She's put in work, but there's got to be more work.
We stay
at 1 o'clock. We move over to CBS. The Falcons at the Pats. It's an Andrew Catalan vehicle.
Adam Catalan on Andrew. Damn it.
He'll be joined by Charles Davis.
Joey Porter's getting away with being a little bit handsy early in this game.
Jason McCourty.
It's okay, Rondé.
And A.J. Ross.
Texans running back Joe Mixon dapping it up.
Now also on CBS at 1 o'clock, the once great rivalry, the San Francisco 49ers, who will have Mac Jones at the helm, will travel to Nueva York to take on the Giants. Kevin Harlan on the call.
Oh, calamity!
Oh, good.
Trent Green.
Holy smokes.
And Melanie Collins.
This rivalry never disappoints. When you Derek, take me through that run.
A big, big week for young Jackson Dart to see what he's made of after that tough one last week A couple of weeks in a row, tough ones for the New York Giants. We'll see what Jackson Dart does without his buddy Cam Scatta. But we stay at 1 o'clock. We go to Pittsburgh. This is your best game on the morning slate. The Indianapolis Colts at the Steelers. Ian Eagle on the call.
That's gotten ugly.
He'll be joined by J.J. Watt.
Big man pick.
And, of course, the great Emin.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
Why do you do that? I don't get it.
That's so it's meant to be.
It's just how it's meant to be.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's funny, but I laugh every time.
Because it's Evan.
It's
What do you mean it's Evan?
Washburn. It's Evan Washburn.
I know, but
he does a great job. But it's as if, I don't know, vanilla meets another piece of vanilla.
Oh, come on. White bread and vanilla ice cream? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's an ice cream sandwich, but the bread is white bread.
Yeah. God love him.
God bless him. He does a hell of a job.
Yes,
He's done a Super Bowl, for God's sake.
Good man. Right.
We stay at 1 o'clock. We go to CBS. The Chargers and the Titans. Oh, man, that smells like Thursday. Tom McCarthy's on the call.
He was wide open.
He'll be joined by the great Ross Tucker.
They called that a hold?
And CBS Golf's finest, Amanda Bylonis, on the sideline.
Favorite color, favorite city.
I got to tell you, some of these, you don't do any of these sideline reporters any favors with these drops. Very rarely does anyone
That's what
come
makes it
off.
fun.
That is part of the joy. We go to 4:05 finally, and boy, does this. Oh, it sure smells like a 4:05er. The Saints and the Rams. Oh, get your afternoon nap ready. You put the drink down. You maybe have another bite of the sandwich. The kids
depends
go
on
out
who's
for an
calling
activity.
it, though. Who's calling it?
Well, it's a friend of everybody, the great Kenny Albert.
Short man with a long stick. Yeah. We talked about that stick in the past.
We have.
Whoa.
In the booth, he's
Kenny,
got the
Kenny
man.
wears blue.
Jonathan.
Wilma!
And UFC's finest, Megan O'Leary on the sideline.
The Trophy Hall of Fame. Sick.
Now, we stay at 4:05, and oh, my God, hold on. If that first game was 4:05, this one's like 4:05 plus. Don, I put this game in the 4:05 Hall of Fame.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Vegas Raiders. Oh, man.
Yikes.
The only thing that could make this more of a classic 4 o'clock was if they went old school and had a baseball diamond in the middle of the field.
There you go. Now we're talking.
This is old-timey football. Chris Myers on the call.
Hi, I'm Chris Myers.
He'll be joined by a disgusting man known as Mark Stink Schlereth.
I always pee on the floor.
You know what I mean? He did it to himself this week.
That's great. I'm glad we updated that. I'm glad we updated it.
That's good work by our staff.
That's a nap
wasn't
game,
really
though.
even out of context.
No.
No.
He was forthright. That's the nap game, though. Chris Myers, those two teams. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the
cuddle up.
That's the old, the NCAA 5:30 game when the rest of the country's watching the news. Remember they used to do that? They'd stick one game on.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there are 3 games on in the 4 o'clock slate. 2 of them are, I think either of the first 2 I just mentioned. By the way, Christina Pink's on the sideline.
Oh, yeah, the swagger is back.
And I believe either of those games is appropriate for a nap. Now, if you want to stay wide awake and keep the party going, crack open another 6-pack. Let's get this Sunday crack-a-lackin'. You got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, for God's sake. Your 425er on CBS, and you know who's on the call. It's Uncle James Nance.
Hello, friends.
He'll be joined by Dr. Anthony Romo.
Here we go, Jim.
And Auntie Tracy Wolfson.
Are you kidding me?
Now, this is a ball game like you dream about, kids.
Yeah.
Now, here's the
whole
thing,
country's
though.
watching that.
If I'm a Bills fan, hot take, guys, I don't want to win this game.
What?
I don't want to win. No, I don't want to win. I'm tired. I don't want to win the regular season one. I want to win the next one. There's something, Don, I feel about that if they beat the Chiefs here, that they lose the one that counts.
By their waist, yeah, so it's a trade.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I might have a hard-fought loss here and rather get the win. Now, the Chiefs are a 1.5-point favorite at the Bills. But what a great matchup. I mean, the Bills have not been amazing as of late. The Chiefs, of course, head in the absolute right direction. Bills lost 2 of 3. They smoked the Panthers last week, but before that, lost to the Falcons, lost to the Patriots. So this is a meaningful game that you get at 425. And, of course, the Sunday Nighter, a big one for me, my three-point play, my NFL season on the line. The Commanders busting out the old-school jerseys to host the Seattle Seahawks. NBC 820. Jaden Daniels, folks, it's official. Back. Mike Tirico on the call.
They still seem to resonate.
There are 3 teams.
Chris Collinsworth.
By next weekend, you will have a TikTok video. You got to put one down.
And, of course, that means Melissa Stark is on the sidelines.
Oh, okay. Nothing like live television. I'm okay.
Now, the Commanders have lost to the Chiefs. They got smoked by the Cowboys. And, of course, the losing streak started with the ball slipping through Jaden Daniels' hand in the rain on that Thursday nighter against the Bears. Guys, if they lose to the Seahawks here, they drop to 3-6. That's 4 straight losses and 3-6 with a rematch of the NFC divisional round last year, Detroit, coming to town next week. To me, you lose this one, you say goodnight to the season. So we shall see what happens on Sunday Night Football. Of course, the Monday Nighter, Allen will be locked in. It's his three-point play. The Dallas Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. Joe Buck on the call.
See ya.
He'll be joined by Troy Aikman.
Yeah, feed him.
Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
I don't
Both were
why.
very cold.
I always find
Lisa saying welcome to the playoffs in such a monotone way was almost like she was disgusted.
Like
Welcome
here we
to
go.
the playoffs.
There's the Al Michaels. Here we go.
It's like
there
that.
we go.
Now, fight fans, I do want to tell you, Bud Light and ESPN New York are sending you to UFC at Madison Square Garden. Just tap the Bud Light tile on the ESPN New York app and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets in the suite, catching the action alongside me, Peter Rosenberg. Through November 7th, you get the chance to win. You can listen and enter through the Bud Light tile to score the shot to be right there at the ultimate fight night. Bud Light is the official beer of UFC, so make your move now on the ESPN New York app. Got to be 21 and older, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited, rules on the ESPN New York app. Please enjoy Bud Light responsibly, and that will do it for our announcer lineup at ENN.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed the longest ENN
Yes.
in the history of ESPN Radio. Coming up, more of your calls if there's time. 1-800-919-3776. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg until 7 o'clock, and then it's Dan Grassa here on ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Looking for the best internet deal? It's just a fast phone call away. Only Optimum Fiber Internet delivers the fastest and most reliable fiber internet starting at just $40 a month. That's right, lightning fast fiber internet at a price that won't slow you down. Call 888-4OPTIMUM today to lock in your offer in just a few minutes and see how you can also get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and an unlimited mobile line on us. Don't take slow for an answer. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Terms apply.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Listen, the weather is starting to cool off a little bit and the cold is coming fast. Fill up your oil before the cold sets in. Now's the best time because the prices are still so low. By the time we get to Halloween and early November, you know it's going to be freezing. So make it easy to keep your house comfortable and warm. That's what Romeo's Fuel does. They keep you warm with discount home heating oil. Order online at romeosfuel.com. Now fully serving Nassau and Suffolk, go to romeosfuel.com today. That's romeosfuel.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom designs that let everyone know who you're rooting for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just 1 day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Oh, there you go. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock. Little Dan Grassa for a half hour, and then Knicks-Bulls. It's a home and home, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, it's a weird home and home, but yes, it's so yes, tonight in Chicago, and then Sunday night at the Garden. And then a back-to-back, too. So, but the Knicks get a couple of home games coming up this week. But, yeah, this is their first road trip of the season, and it has not gone well the first two. So they want to salvage this and at least get one here. But the Bulls, man, they've been playing really well. I mean, they're 4-0. They play one of the fastest paces in the league. You talk about a team that Mike Brown's trying to get the Knicks to play this fast. But they play fast. This is not going to be easy. A high-scoring bench. So
yeah,
the Bulls are not like as bad as they've been in past years. Big challenge for the Knicks tonight.
A quick update on the winter team. So the Knicks can get above 500 tonight with a win. Nets are 0-5 to start the season basketball-wise. Big win for the Rangers. They come back, beat the Oilers in overtime. So that's not nothing. Islanders lose again. No Barzell. Lose to Carolina. And, the Devils' vibe feels like it's over for now. Back-to-back losses. They lose 8-4 in Colorado to start the road trip. 5-2
What's happened to their defense, Donnie?
To San Jose. Well, what happened with the Devils, and it should not be about one guy, but Brett Pesce, losing him, and he's going to be out for at least the next month with the injury, is that you lose a piece to your defense. One guy shouldn't make that big of a difference, but guys, you give up 13 goals in 2 games. It's on the road, and the offense not great last night. A couple of power play goals. They weren't great 5-on-5, but they got to figure it out. They've lost 6 straight games in the state of California. They lost all 3 games last year, the last 2 the year before that. Now they've dropped the game against San Jose. They got a Kings team looking for their first home win tomorrow, and then the second of back-to-backs against the Ducks. So you don't want to give it all back. You won 8 in a row. That's great, but you don't want to all of a sudden give up half of it back. And by the way, when you come home on Thursday, home against a good Canadians team and a Pittsburgh team, Peter, I don't know if you've been paying attention. They're now in first place. Whoa. Crosby and Malkin are playing like it's 10 years ago. I know it's early, but you know what? The points don't go bad. So Devils got to turn this thing around. We'll see. If not, they can give back all the goodwill they had with that 8-game winning streak.
Now, to get back to the NBA of it, because, again, the Knicks play in Chicago tonight against the Bulls. We talked to Steve Novak earlier in the show. He's going to make his MSG Networks debut, filling in for Clyde tonight with Mike Breen. So it'll be great to listen to that. But there's the Knicks in these look, they haven't had Mitchell Robinson all season, but Mitchell Robinson was listed as a game-time decision for tonight, and he went on social media to say, I'm ready. So there's a lot of speculation that he's going to play tonight. He's warming up. He's getting ready to play, and it'll be the first time the Knicks have him. Deuce McBride had been away from the team for personal reasons. He's back tonight. So this will be the first time it's the full it's the fully operational Death Star. It's the whole team. It's what the starting five was supposed to look like, and everybody off the bench. So, this will be our first look at this team. But once again, they haven't really spent a lot of time. They don't have a lot of experience together. They haven't played a ton together. So it'll be interesting to see it and also how much Robinson plays. But at least the guy's on the court because it took 5 games to get him here.
Well, so does that opinion of the whole load management on opening night, you take it to look at differently. He hadn't played at all in any of the game.
No. Right.
So was it load management or was it just, hey, he just wasn't ready to play? Like, was it disguised as load management or something? Yeah, because it's just odd.
They said there wasn't a new injury. That's what they keep saying. It's not a new injury. It's not a new injury. They're managing him. And that's what we all were saying. It's like, well, wait, if it wasn't a new injury, why wouldn't you play him on opening night? Just for edification, right? It's just opening night. And then if you wanted to say, well, now it's load management Friday because it's 2 days late, whatever it is, you want to bring him along slowly. It's just strange that, he didn't play the first 4 games of the season, and they were fairly spread out games. I mean, think about it. They played Tuesday. They haven't played since Tuesday. So even if you played him Tuesday, he would have had 3 days in between. So I don't know what this is about, but at least he's playing tonight, or at least that's what the expectation is, I should say. And if he's in the lineup tonight and gives you 20 minutes, at least you can say, all right, well, he's on the floor. So that means he's okay. But it's odd, but you could tell they don't want to have any situation with him that at some point this season where he goes down, he's in pain, and now he's out. They cannot afford it. He's too important to them when we get to April, May, and potentially June.
All right, last call, crew, 1-800-919-3776. Take you up to the top of the hour. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg here on ESPN New York.
This October, the only thing scarier than missing the game is missing out on a brand new Kia. At Kia City of the Bronx, 3505 Connor Street is where the ghosts of old rides get traded in and new legends are born. They've got a monster lineup of new Kias that'll take you from tailgates to haunted houses in style. Visit KiaCity.com or call 646-917-7955. Don't get spooked, get moving. Kia City of the Bronx, where Halloween meets horsepower.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Shop new fall offers at Bay Ridge Mazda. Lease a 2025 Mazda CX-30S for as low as $199 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-5S for as low as $229 per month or finance for 2.9% APR for 36 months. Plus, enjoy 1 year of complimentary Bay Ridge Plus benefits like ding and dent coverage, key replacement, windshield protection, and roadside assistance. Visit them in Brooklyn or online at BayRidgeMazda.com. Bay Ridge Mazda, where confidence comes standard. See dealer for details.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
YouTube TV customers, get the sports you love on ESPN back, including college football, college game day, Monday Night Football, NBA, college basketball. Heck, it's not in the read, but I'll say NHL as well, and more. Act now. Go to keepmynetworks.com to get ESPN back.
You know, I had mentioned this during the announcer lineup when we got to the Bills-Chiefs game. But, Don, do you guys both realize what the stat is? The Bills are 4-1 in this run over the last several years. 4-1 in regular season games against the Chiefs. 0-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah. Wow,
So you really do at this point. Like, how as a fan do you celebrate if you get another one of them?
Right. You can't. It's tough, but you still would rather win. But
yeah,
I guess.
You got the Patriots on your heels now too. It's not a given.
You still need the wins, no matter who
you just need it.
Yeah,
right.
No matter who you're playing, you need it. But I want to update something. We were just talking about the Knicks a minute ago. They'll be playing in Chicago. We have the coverage starting at 7:30 after Dan Grassa. So it's official now. Mitchell Robinson's in the lineup. So they have the full roster now available tonight. It is the first time all season, the full roster as it's expected and supposed to be in the lineup tonight. So it's very interesting to see what it looks like. We saw it a little bit in the preseason, but it's preseason. This is the first time we'll get to see it in the regular season, and we'll see how much more because they play again Sunday, and if they're managing Mitchell Robinson, Sunday, Monday they play. You don't know when he's going to play. So watch while you can or listen while you can while they have the full lineup available.
So we've got the Knicks. We've got the Giants. No Jets. They're on a bye. But we got to keep an eye on what happens with the trade deadline coming up on Tuesday. And we got World Series Game 6 tonight from Toronto. So what are you feeling? Toronto wrap it up tonight, or do we have a Game 7 tomorrow?
Who's on the – I should have checked. Just help me out. Who's on the mound tonight? Is it Gausman?
I believe so for the Blue Jays. Let me just get the pitching match.
Is it Yamamoto?
Got to be. Yep,
it is Gausman and Yamamoto, right? I figured they were up next. See, Gausman wasn't good. I think he was Game 2, right? And Yamamoto was unreal. So they're going to – the Dodgers, you want every penny of that $300 million they gave him, you got to see it tonight if you're the Dodgers.
Yeah, and listen.
He has to be on the road dominant.
He got it going. It seems like it's weird, right? The Blue Jays win the blowout Game 1. Dodgers win the next 2. Yamamoto was unstoppable in Game 2. Right. and Ohtani was unstoppable in Game 3. But then, the Blue Jays get back. I think we're going to have a game tomorrow. I do. I think it's going to be like really interesting to see a Game 7, and it'd be really good for baseball to be able to get that Game 7 after having just 5 games last year. Want to just quickly remind you, of course, still football season, so everyone playing ESPN New York Survivor, make your pick before Sunday's 1 o'clock games to stay in the running for the $5,000 grand prize. After 8 weeks, we have 309 survivors, leaving only Chris Canty and Evan Cohen as the surviving ESPN personalities.
Wow.
Follow along on ESPN New York's app, powered by SplashSports.com. So I'm wondering what the vibe will be. It's so weird. LA's a lot like New York in this way. I haven't spent we got in really late last night, went right to the hotel, and then, because of the time difference, it's basically get up, have breakfast, and then come here for the show, because we have the meeting at 11:30 in the morning for me, for 2:30 back in New York. And I'm here in LA, and there's a couple of people with Dodgers hats and stuff. But if I'm in St. Louis, if I'm in Milwaukee and their team's in the World Series, I wouldn't be able to get away from it. But LA is such a strange vibe that there's like so much other things going on. Like, there's no even conversation about changing the game. The Kings are playing at 6 tomorrow against the Devils. Like, if they're not even talking about changing it if there's a Game 7, because it's just one of those cities that they can multitask, right? Dodgers going to be playing Game 7 of the World Series, Lakers and the Kings and everybody else just still go about their business. The same kind of like New York,
It's so spread out, though, right? Like, it's so spread out that I don't know. The one thing about LA, it doesn't really have a downtown. Like, I know there is a downtown, and they did a great job with LA Live, and there's a little more.
But LA Live is a cool vibe, though.
It's cool, yeah. But you know what I mean. Like, it doesn't have like when you're in Manhattan and it's just, there's if one of the teams, if the Yankees are in the World Series, you feel it. It's everywhere. But it's very spread out. But I think if you go where you're going to go out, you're going to want to watch the game, you're going to go to a restaurant with your buddy, right?
Yeah.
I think you're going to feel it then. That's when you'll feel it. Because it is a good sports town.
I will say I've actually seen a surprising amount as the run has continued of people wearing LA Dodgers stuff here in New York. Like, the transplants are excited at this point. There's sensing a higher level of pride in the Dodgers than there's been previously.
Yeah, so we got that going on tonight, and I'd like to see a Game 7. As Alan said, it'd be great for baseball to get a Game 7. Yeah. And, again, I don't have a dog in the fight, but, to just see a great series. And it's been a really good series. There's been a few blowouts, and the last 2 games have been kind of uneventful as far as, like, drama is concerned. But I just think that Game 3, to have it be a part of a 7-game series, have it be a part of a Dodger win, I think will age better. But should be a lot of fun. Got the football, so it should be pretty exciting. Let's go to Richard in Manhattan. What's going on, Richard?
Don, Peter, Al, I got four quick ones. Jackson Dart reminds me of Archie Manning, both from Mississippi, both came to bad teams. They look exactly alike, and they play exactly alike. That's what I got on number 1. Number 2,
okay.
The Yankees mentioned, without mentioning, World Series or bust. From 1960 to 64, they went to 5 World Series. They won 2. They kept the manager. The 3 that they lost, in 60, they lost, Stengel was gone. 63, they lost. Houck was gone. 64, Berra was gone. They lost to the Cardinals. Berra was gone. So if they didn't win the World Series, the manager was gone. Just think of that. All right. Alan, what you mentioned yesterday about the great shot by Garfield Hurd, what made it great was the play before, the greatest sports play I've ever seen. Peter, you would love this. It had nothing to do with athletics. Paul Westphal called a timeout that he knew he didn't have. They were down by 1. It gave Charlie Scott one shot. He shot it, hit it, but it brought the ball all the way to front court, and that enabled Garfield Hurd to get the 2-point shot. Otherwise, they would have had to bring the ball from under their own basket. No way, even with a 1-point deficit. And finally, last point.
Richard, why do you think I'd be interested in things that reportedly have nothing
that was
to do
intelligence.
with athletics?
You're always a thinking man, Peter. So I think anyone on the sports field or the arena that uses his head, just like Derek Jeter when he backed up that play on Giambi. There was athleticism to that. Paul Westphal used his head the whole way. That's unbelievable. All right, my last point. Don, I gotta correct you on this.
Here we go.
The coach of the Giants was Jim Lee Howell. And here's the story with Lombardi and Landry. The Giants won the championship in '56. They couldn't fire Jim Lee Howell. Then they went to the greatest game ever. They went to the championship game in '58. Lombardi left right after that play. He went to Green Bay for the '59 season. Then Landry left after the '59 season. Giants went to the championship game again, so they couldn't fire Jim Lee Howell. So Landry went to the Cowboys in '60. Now, '60, the Giants didn't have a good record, so they fired Jim Lee Howell. All they had left was Allie Sherman to choose from. But they offered the job to Lombardi. Now, he was at Green Bay for 2 years. He wouldn't do it out of loyalty to Green Bay. Landry was, of course, there only 1 year with Dallas. So, and Allie Sherman, I'm telling you, Alan, outside of the 69 to 73 Knicks, the 61 to 63 Giants were the most beloved team in New York. Allie Sherman brought in Schaffner. He brought in Joe Walton. He brought in Tittle. They were an offensive juggernaut. He was way ahead of his time, Allie Sherman. He brought offense to the game, and the Giants were truly beloved. Now, no one competes with the 69-70 Knicks forward. Fellas,
Thank you.
Yes. Steve Owen, he was gone by 53. You know, obviously, it was before my lifetime. I always confused Jim Lee Howell and Steve Owen because they were both the 50s coaches for the Giants. But, boy, he can go.
But you know what's funny, though,
Don?
Motor.
You know what's funny? Got it. Yeah.
The fact that Jim Lee Howell is not a name that people, like most people, like that's not a name in New York sports coaching. But they were so good at the time you couldn't fire him for two legends that you didn't know.
You didn't know they were legends at the time, though.
You didn't
in fairness.
know. But isn't it amazing? That's the part that's amazing to me, is that he never really had a legacy that made you say, well, you had this guy.
Well, what a way to close.
It's a great week. Something.
Life is a choice.
I'm going to take off on Monday because I'm going to be traveling back. God, I feel like I've been
travels.
on the road forever, but it's been so much fun. We will talk to you again on Monday. Dan Gross is coming up next on ESPN New York.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from